Hey guys. we got a glare right there. There we go. Hi guys. Hi Galena, Kia, Pamela, Christy, Darla, Leonie, Barbara, Zoe. Hi guys. Happy Monday and Memorial Day. Hope everybody's doing well and hope you're having a good weekend. Hi Teresa, Miss Suze, Darla, Diane. Anybody else I miss? Zoe, Kat, Lysandra. There's Hubster. Put your hand over here, Hubster. Hubster's here to color and talk about books. Talk about some of his favorite book. Well, I don't know if they're his favorites, but he's got a stack of them over here to talk. They're going, oh, he can't really see chat. So I'll have to relay chat for him because chat's over here on my right and he's on my left. So he can't. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I do have the microphone more right here so that it picks up Hubster too. Say good morning, Hubster.
Good morning, Hubster.
Hi, Cheryl, Lisa, let's see, Pamela, Bella, Miss Suze. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Lisa, Eunice. Hola. Hola, Eunice. Lisa's coloring corner. So yeah, thought we'd just do a little Western coloring book. I got this in the mail, so I just thought I would show this real quick. And I got mom colored me a card. The card and the envelope. So she sent me that, so I thought I'd show that. Hey Terry. Oh, Terry Trouble here. We call Terry our cougar. Don't ask. No, you can ask.
Cougar?
Yeah, she's our cougar. So I always do this on my soundboard. So I always do this every morning. Hubster's going to see what nuts we are. Hey, Melody, because, we usually do these not live. We just record something together. Hey, Valerie. Hi, Valerie. Art Life, Peppers, Debs. I know I'm missing. Hi, Colleen. So, yeah. It's so cute. Yes, Hubster will be colored. We're going to color in the Western book. If y'all remember last time we colored together, I didn't finish my Walter Brennan, but I was working on this, and Hubster colored Lee Van Cleef. So he did this one all by himself with, we used Copics, and that's what we're going to use again today. We're going to use Copics. So this was our last endeavor, and I put them on some black cardstock. So let's see here. I need to kind of might have to zoom in. We'll see. Yeah, welcome, Bud, to the live show.
Thank you.
So anyway, yeah, how's everybody's weekend going? I know it's a holiday. That's why Hubster's here, because it's a holiday. Hi, Anook's coloring with Vicky. I know I'm missing some people. Wendy. Let me go ahead and tweet real quick, guys. Hi, Melody. Oops. Let me tweet real quick. Mitts. Yeah, they're all saying hi. Hi, Rosemary. Hang on, guys. Let me tweet real quick.
Does glue sticks take to dry?
How long does glue sticks? Is somebody asking that? Can you read that all the way over there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't. They don't take. They just stick.
Yeah, not very long.
Yeah, they just stick. They don't have to dry. Okay, let's see. Coffee and art. Where's my coffee? Um, Coloring and book chat with Hubster. Are you monitoring chat there?
A little bit of slow down some. Well, there it goes.
Let's see. Link. And I'm having to change it up a little this morning, so.
Little sister. You should color in one book and Hubster in the Western one.
Oh, no, we'll cut pages out. We'll
Yeah.
cut pages. This is not a coloring book. This is a how to draw book.
Oh, okay.
And that is Korean, right?
Looks like, yeah.
It came from Korea, so I'm guessing. I bought this book off of from June on Etsy. So Lisa says we're cute. Thank you.
It's a good thing we're not on camera.
Hi, Tracy. Miss Susie. How did we meet? We lived in the same apartment complex. Yeah. Hi, Jacqueline. I'm trying to see. Hubster, so nice to have you join Dee Dee for today. Yeah. So he said he'd stay for at least an hour or so. And hi, Zeely. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick first. Let's go ahead. I just picked out a few Copics here, and then the rest are right here. Hubster can pick whatever colors he wants. I just picked out a bunch of skin tones there so we can have a start. So don't forget to put in caps. What Western? Yeah, he's going to talk about. He has a stack of books over here. I'm going to let us go ahead and pick out a page each. Let's brighten that back up. It got a little dark. We're going to pick out a page each to color while we're chatting, and then he can tell you. Okay. What he sees all Westerns, Cheryl. What ones has he seen lately? We watch. Let's say we watch them over and over and over.
We don't watch them enough.
What's some of your favorite ones, Westerns?
Some of my favorite Westerns? Oh, probably. I love The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, starring John Wayne and James Stewart, directed by the great John Ford. Hi,
Janet. Go ahead.
I like The Searchers, again, by John Ford, starring John Wayne and Jeffrey Hunter. And I like How the West Was Won, just to name a couple of them.
I like that one. What's the one where John Wayne comes to town, his friend is all drunk because a girl left him?
Well, there's two versions of that. The first one came out in 1959, I believe. It was called Rio Bravo, and that starred John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson, and Angie Dickinson. And then it was directed by Howard Hawks, and then they did a remake for some reason or another 8 or 9 years later called El Dorado.
That's the one I like, El Dorado,
with John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. And this one had James Caan in it as well. And they were both directed by Howard Hawks. Good pictures. Really enjoyed them. So
Janet said that her dad loved Westerns too. Terry says Ricky Nelson, what a doll. Do I need to bring out the cougar again, Terry? Can y'all hear me? Because I'm looking away from the microphone when I'm looking at chat. Because I moved the microphone over here so it's with Hubster too. But usually the microphone's over here next to the Lappy. But can y'all hear okay? You hear fine? Okay. Hi, Galena.
But so some of the more recent Westerns that I like have Clint Eastwood in them. I like Pale Rider. I like what's the Outlaw Joseph Wales. And of course I like Unforgiven, the one that he won the Academy Award for Best Director, I think, and Best Picture. And I think Gene Hackman was in it and won Best Supporting Actor. But 3 really good pictures. Really like those 3. Those are the most recent ones.
Well, have you thought about what you might want to color today?
I have not, but
Well,
we can.
I'll let you look real quick, and I'm gonna while you look, because I'll pick something after you do, and I'm gonna cut it out with an X-Acto knife here. Let me get a knife, and I'll cut that out. In the meantime, I just want to show them real quick. Mom sent me this card that they're cards that you make. She wrote me a nice little thing in there, but you cut them down, and she even make the envelope, and she colored all this. So if y'all remember back a little while ago, I told you she wanted to know what kind of fine liners to get. Well, she colored a lot of this with fine liners and color pencil. So isn't that so cute? I know. First, I got my mom into scrapbooking years ago, and then I got her into coloring. I know everybody's saying, good job, Donna. I don't know if she's watching this morning or not. But anyway, so yeah, she loves to color. She says it's her therapy. And I won't show addresses, but I want y'all to see how pretty Mom writes. Well, here, let me see. Let me find one inside of her card. Yeah, well, here, okay, so look. See how pretty she writes? She writes so pretty. Yeah, so it is good therapy, Lisa. Yeah. I know. So then I wanted to show y'all this real quick while Hubster's still looking through the book to see what he wants to color. I'd ordered this off of 70 East with, June. The books come from Korea. So it did take, I tell you, it did take a month, literally a month to get it. So if you order anything from 70 East on Etsy, it will take a month. Some people kind of complain about that, but I understand. And they always come so packaged, so nice. It came in a nice, this cloth bag, and she sent extra postcards. And so anyway, this one, it's not a color book, although you could color some in it. There are places you could color. Terry has chicken scratch. Hi, Teresa. Tom and I watched y'all got watches? Oh, so Colleen said that she and her husband got watches, and it's all Denise's fault. Yeah. Do you like it, Colleen, so far? Are you keeping? Oh, don't forget, Colleen, if y'all both are on it, to share. Do the share activity thing. Do the share activity app. Let me get on the phone here so that you can keep track of each other's. It looks like this, the activity app, and then you and Tom can make sure y'all are doing a challenge. Me and Denise do it. Your steps and your activity. Yeah, it is. The world's on your wrist. Okay, so anyway, I can't read it, obviously, and I knew that it was all going to be in Korean, so I'm not going to be able to understand the written steps. But it's a book on. See, there's some pages in the beginning here, but it's how to draw the anime types, characters. Let's see. Let me zoom in just a little bit for now. Might have to zoom back out if we need to, but yeah, you just download the activity app. You have to go to the apps, download the activity app, Colleen, and then you can share. There's a little place to share with him or anybody actually, and then you can compare your steps and your how much you exercise, if you've burned your calories, and all that. Hi, Julie. So it shows you step by step, like how to draw the different faces, eyes, the shapes of the head. It's a drawing book, but remember, it's all in Korean, so you can't read the steps unless you you have someone to translate for you. So here's the the different heights of the body. I mean, I'm just going to do a little flip. So if you just want to see how to do the folds in a robe, how to do the shapes of the head, it's good practice. It's just good, It's just good practice. Hi, Robin. Anybody else popping in? Hi, Jerry. Don't forget to put it in caps. And if I still miss seeing you, just say it again. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, and by the way, seeing Cheryl just reminds me, I'd sent out all the boxes of extra, the cards and papers and ATC shapes. I sent all that out on Saturday. And so today's a mail holiday. It's a Memorial Day, so you won't get mail today. So you might get it tomorrow. So if you have a box coming, and one girl asked me, she's in Canada. And of course, I can't send a priority. I'm just going to keep flipping while I'm talking. I can't send a priority box to Canada, but I wanted to ask. No, I bought it on purpose, Melody. Yeah, I bought it on. No, I didn't accidentally buy this. I bought it on purpose. I knew it was not a color book, although there are some pages that I could color in the beginning here, right? Which I probably will. But no, I knew it was a drawing book. And so anyway, so I asked my post office lady if how much a comparable box or envelope would cost going to Canada, and it would be $20. So yeah. So anyway, I sent out 7 or 8 different packages, envelopes, and boxes of cards. So I'm done. I'm done sending those out. I might do another, like a rubber stamp de-stash or something like that later. But I've sent out all the boxes of cards that I'm going to do right now. Oh, whose birthday? I saw somebody said happy birthday. Eleanor, happy birthday, Eleanor. I just wanted to see how they addressed drawing. I just thought it would be a cool book, and it is a cool book. So I was glad I got it. Hi, Cat and Paste. But again, if you order from June on 70 East off of Etsy, it will take a month if you order, these books that come from Korea. So just FYI. So isn't it cool though, guys? I mean, and of course I'm flipping quickly, but you get the idea. It's a pretty thick book. Oh, Terry Trouble said, happy Memorial Day and thanks for your service.
You are quite welcome. It was a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor.
Aw. So anyway, and look, I'm only a little more than halfway through, so I'm going to flip a little quicker just so y'all can get the idea of what's in here. If you just want to practice some drawing, some anime type characters, I love any kind of art book, so y'all know. So let's get down here and flip, and then again, you got a few pages here that you could color if you wanted, but the idea is to try to draw some yourself, and then you could color them yourself. But anyway, so yeah, and it comes with postcards. It's always got a nice belly band wrap, and she has it in cloth covers. So yeah, if you want some nice quality books, 70 East, and her name is June, but be prepared to wait a month. Okay. Julie goes, oh wait, you like books? So I just wanted to share that with you because it came in. Okay, so Hubster, did you look through here and pick a page?
I kind of slowed down.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish looking through.
Okay.
And so you got to kind of, let's see, let me just move the camera over a little bit toward you.
Who's this? I don't know who that guy is.
You don't know how to draw. So Hubster and I are going to each pick a page, and we're going to color. Like if I showed these a little while ago, these are the two that I colored. Walter Brennan. I didn't finish it. Hubster finished his. He did the Lee Van Cleef one, and he did that all by himself with and it's just Copics and a little bit of gold gel pen, but it's all Copics. And so this was the last time we colored together. We did those. Yeah, she is. June is great, isn't she, Robin? And so happy belated birthday, Zoe. I just saw Melody say that.
Okay, I think I'll do Gary Cooper.
You're going to do Gary Cooper? Okay, let me cut them out here. Oh, it's got perforations. I don't even have to cut, but I will trim that perforation off later if we mount them on black cardstock. Okay, so there's Gary Cooper for you. I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to do Marlene? I don't really care for Marlene Dietrich.
I've never really cared for her that much either.
No,
but,
I don't know why. I'll save Clint for you for another time.
You want to do Gary Cooper? And let me do Woody Strode. Let me do Woody Strode.
Well, I don't really want to do Gary Cooper, but
Okay.
you can do Woody. Let's see here.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. And what color is his uniform would have been? Would have been blue,
Well,
right?
The stripes would be yellow. The suspenders probably would be maybe brown.
I mean, what his uniform?
That would be dark blue.
Dark blue,
Yeah.
and then the stripes would be yellow,
yeah.
and then like his uniform, right?
Yeah.
And would that have been a regular, like a uniform hat, or would that have just been a regular hat?
No, it was probably a cavalry hat that he adjusted for himself, but it probably would be like light brown or something.
Okay. Well, you can color it any way you want, right? Okay. So I'll put these up here. So if we need any like references.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do Gary.
Well, I'm still looking at them. Let me.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for all the thumbs up. Thanks for being here. All right. Let's see. Catherine Ross and the horse. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what movie this is from, so I couldn't necessarily color it like accurately. Mm-hmm. But maybe I'll do Catherine Ross. And then after we get crack-a-lack in here, guys, after we get started, Hubster has picked out some books to discuss or talk about.
Okay. I'll do Gary Cooper.
You want to do Gary Cooper? Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's just kind of stick this up here for a little more reference for me more than anything. You know your Westerns better than I do. Okay, so we are going to color with Copic, so it will go through, and it doesn't matter if it gets on here. But then, like I did on these, I cut them down, cut the white trim off the edges, and then I put them both on black cardstock because it just looks nice on black cardstock, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
anything you do looks good on black stock.
Black cardstock.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want any particular colors, I can help you pick them out here because I know where they are. But I did pick out a bunch of skin tones here. And if you want blues or reds, then just let me know.
Well, I think I'll start out with his face and his hands.
Yeah, I'll do her too.
Okay. And
so if you want to test, like this is the lightest skin, it's E000, so you can just test it on here if you want. He might be a little darker. I'm going to start with her very light, but
a little darker.
Well, no, that's going to be really dark. You probably want just something like this or one of these two to start, because you can always shade and get darker, but you can't get lighter. Well, you could if you painted it, but.
And you said these are Copics.
Yeah.
What is it about Copics that you like?
Well, they're alcohol-based markers, and so they go through. See, they're very concentrated, or they have alcohol in them. So
does that make them dry quicker, or?
Yeah, they dry pretty quick, but they blend.
Yeah. What's
so nice is how they blend. Like, let's see if I can do this here. So this color, and then see, I'll take this color. I don't know if it'll blend on this paper very well, but look, see how they're blending together where you can't even hardly tell where they meet up.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, they just blend really awesome, like no other markers really do. So yeah, okay, let's see what chat's saying. Hi, Nick and Tina. Nick and Tina are a Hubster and wife coloring team.
Yay! Welcome.
Okay, something's jiggling my camera. I think it's this cord here. Hang on, guys. There we go. I think the fan is blowing that cord and making it jiggle a little.
You want me to move the fan?
No, I think let's start, see how it kind of jiggles a little. I think it's that fan blowing this cord. Maybe just turn it. Well, I'll do it here. Watch your toes.
Ouch.
So we still have the fan, but it's not blowing on the cord.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Can you tell? Oh my goodness. Hi, Amanda. Let's see.
Oh, I got out of the lines.
That's okay. The cats are in the hall wanting to come in. But we have, Hubster has his coffee on the table, and it's a little tricky. They'd be right up in our business. So anyway, what's your favorite Gary Cooper movie? What one is that one from? Do you know?
Yeah, this is from the movie High Noon, which was a good picture. He won the Best Actor Oscar for this in 1952. And good picture. I always like it. I try to watch it every time it comes on.
We watch all these movies every time they come on. Don't let them kid you.
I always like Gary Cooper, and I think he does a terrific job representing the old cowboy and the old West and the way things used to be a while back. And but good picture, really good picture. So,
do you want to shade a little bit? See where the lines are. Do you want to add a little bit darker?
Yeah.
No, probably this one. Let's see. Yeah. You don't want to get, because otherwise you're going to it's just going to go completely dark.
Okay. So
just see the lines.
Yeah.
Just go over a few of them, like try on his hands. Yeah. See how it's shading it?
Yeah.
And if you want to blend it anymore, you go back to the first color. Okay. But yeah.
All right. I don't think I'm doing as good as I did the first time.
Well, you have to, the last time you colored was that picture.
Yeah. But this is a good picture. A lot of people don't know that Gary Cooper actually started out in the 1920s in silent pictures. And of course, he was a major star and made some good pictures. I like this picture, High Noon. I liked another one of his pictures he did in the late 50s called The Hanging Tree, where he played a doctor. That
one was kind of, I don't know, that was kind of a creepy, sad one.
You think so? Well, I also had a very young George C. Scott and a very young Carl Malden in that picture. Oh, what got out of the lines again?
It's okay. Hi, Mr. Q. Hubster has a nice cowboy voice, Anastasia said.
Well, thank you, partner. All right. So now I think I'll start with his shirt next. Now that was actually a white shirt in the movies.
Well, then you could probably, if it's a white shirt, you could probably use a light blue shadows. So right up there, one of those, probably that one. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's see. We'll just test it out on here.
But I changed my mind. I think I'm going to go ahead and do these posts in the back.
First? Okay. Yeah, now you can use some darker browns for that. But do a test so you can see how dark it is first, because otherwise you just might. Oops. Yeah, that'd probably work.
Okay.
See how I'm doing her skin with the shadows? See, just one shade darker. Like that.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I got out of the lines again.
It's okay if you get out of the lines. Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I always liked Gary Cooper. And I didn't care much for his pictures when he got older, and they kept trying to team him up with 20-year-old folks like Audrey Hepburn and
well, he didn't like that either, did he? Didn't he say that he thought he was too old to be up against those with those young girls and all that, and he felt uncomfortable?
Yeah. He was married for a long time to a lady that they called Rocky, and I think he only had one child, a girl named I think her name was Maria, and I've seen a couple of specials on him. Just a terrific guy. He also played the Pride of the Yankees, where he played Lou Gehrig. This was in 1939, and I believe he was a right-handed person. But in the picture, Lou Gehrig was a left-handed
baseball player.
Baseball player, yeah. So he had to learn how to throw and hit and catch left-handed when he was actually a right-handed for that picture. And a good picture. I've seen it a couple of times. I think I messed up. But
you can't mess up, honey. It's fine, really. Oh, mom's message saying good morning, Randolph Scott.
Well, I've almost started to do Randolph Scott, and I did that. Started to do that for them,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "Well,
Yeah, because there's always Randolph Scott marathons on. And so we always tease Mom and Ken. Well, y'all going to come down. We're going to throw on some Randolph Scott marathons.
well." The reason we do that is because he came to visit us one time.
Right. Wait, real quick, honey. Someone, Zeely says she always likes Sergeant York.
Yeah.
And Wendy said Farewell to Arms is one of her favorite movies.
Yep.
Okay.
And For Whom the Bell Tolls was another good one.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, the reason we tease them about Randolph Scott is because Ken and Donna happened to be up visiting us one weekend, and after about the third day here, we were just sitting around watching television, and there was nothing on television except the news. And so we just put it on the Western Channel, and it just had to be Randolph Scott Day.
Yeah, it was like a marathon of Randolph Scott. So now we always tease them about watching Randolph Scott movies.
It was pretty cute.
Let's go ahead and color this saddle the same color as the horse.
I think they kind of got a kick out of it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like our running joke about Randolph Scott. So that's why Mom texted me Randolph Scott.
But Randolph Scott was another Western star that I always liked a lot of his pictures. I think one of the best Westerns that Randolph Scott ever did was a movie with Robert Young and Dean Stockwell, I think was the other actor, called Western Union. And it was about the establishment of the Western Union telegraph lines in the 1840s or 50s, I think. Good picture.
Excuse me.
Unfortunately, he got killed in it.
In the movie?
In the movie he did, yeah. I just don't see,
What happened?
Well, some bad guys got a hold of him at the end, and he got killed.
Oh, and not in real life.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you meant he got, okay.
No, it's part of the plot.
Okay. I'm trying to keep up with chat. Coloring with D. Good morning, D and Hubster. I've seen this book before and love it. Yeah, I thought, I bought it because of Hubster. I bought it because not thinking he might really want to color in it, which, he's humoring me. But because he likes all these Westerns and he knows all of them. So.
Don't let her kid you, folks. She bought this because she likes John Wayne and Clint Eastwood. And we haven't colored either one of those yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't. Okay, I want this to be. No, that's kind of the maybe.
I keep getting out of the lines.
It's okay. And then see after you get done with that, some of this dark wood, see how you can go back over it and color it dark.
Oh yeah.
So you could take a darker.
Kind of like that right over there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just kidding.
I know. So anyway, Hubster has pulled about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's probably got about 10 books over there. Now he probably won't get to all of them, but he pulled about 10 different books just to kind of show you some of the books he's liked and read, and depending on, just so he had enough to talk about. But I think I want that to be like 10. I think I want him. Oh, I gotta finish that ear. I think I want the horse to be a tan coat. I mean, his.
Oh, honey, you don't have enough room. You need to get back on the light. I'm hogging the camera.
No, you're not. You actually. Okay, we're good. I want this to be light, a little bit lighter hair on the horse there, maybe just a little. Because I was thinking that would be like a white patch on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Colored by Caroline. Anybody else? I'm sorry I'm missing you guys. A card. Oh, the card game. Yeah, we have to play the card game too.
Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool, Jen. We, talked about showing them how we play that one of these days. We'll get to it. Hubster does, the only reason we're able to do this today is because it's Memorial Day and he has a day off. So we're able to stream live together. We could probably just make a video of the card game, Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what to do on these. Look like they're bricks back here in the background.
Okay.
And then looks like some foliage, trees.
Well, look how you did these bricks.
Okay.
Do you want to do it like that?
Yeah, I kind of like that. And then you have to pick me out a green for the foliage. I'm not sure which one to use.
There's an olive green right there. Maybe one of those two. Grab
These two?
those two on the left there.
I like these olive greens.
Okay. Get that lighter one too. Left one. There you go. This one. And just test them out on the paper and see what ones you like.
Okay. Seriously, you need to get you some new markers. You don't have very many.
I'm trying to keep us in camera here. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Hi, Danny. We're doing the Western. Yes. Sam Elliott is in that book, isn't he?
He is. And I always liked Sam Elliott too.
Okay.
There somewhere.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep coloring. I'll find him. Chuck Connors.
There's so many of them.
I know. Is that what you said? Sam Elliott? Is that? Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. He's always a good Western star. He made a couple of pictures with old Tom Selleck and Westerns, which I thought were really good. I can't think of the name of them right now, but.
We wanted you to. Oh, y'all wanted me to color. Oh, sorry.
Color what?
Sam Elliott.
Oh.
They just like him.
Oh.
Let me see. I need one of those greens too. Let's see. Go up here. Yeah, it's a little bright green, but I'll put a little.
They like the mustache.
Yeah. Yeah, the book, it's a Creative Haven book, so it's not expensive at all. You can get it on Amazon. It was only like, well, I'd say maybe $6. Yeah, something like that, $6. Wasn't expensive. And there's, a lot of pages in there. Yeah, we're only using Copics. Well, maybe a Hoo Hero or two, but right now we're just using Copics.
Okay.
You need another green?
No, I want to do the bricks. I'm not sure how to do that. I remember we did it last time, but you showed me.
Yeah,
So,
do it all a light color.
Like this?
Do it no, we'll do it all one of these light colors first,
Okay.
and then go back and shade. See how you shaded here.
Okay.
Let me pull this up here. So you colored the whole thing like a light skin color,
Yeah.
and then you went back and
with the darker one?
With the darker one and did the streaks.
Okay. I think the bricks end right here.
Yeah, and well, then this is all wood too, so you can do all that a darker wood, because it would be darker there maybe. You can't really do it wrong, honey. It's fine, really. Oh, it's $5 and it's in her cart, Robin said. Okay, Teresa said the sockets is one.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah,
that was good, and they did another one too, and I can't think of the name of it. Both of them were very good. They played off each other very well, I thought.
I like El Dorado though. I like that one, and I like Big Jake. But I like and since it's Memorial Day, and you can talk about some of your books in a little bit. I like Where Eagles Dare, Guns of Navarone, Dirty Dozen. Those are I like those better than Westerns. I mean, Westerns are good, like El Dorado and Big Jake, but I really like the intrigue
military pictures
of the military, the old military pictures. Yeah, what's some more like the Guns of Navarone and those? Name some more. Where's some more?
Well, Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
One. What's your name? Guns of Navarone.
Yeah.
One. Of course, this is a war picture, but it's not quite, shoot 'em up, but a Casablanca with old Humphrey Bogart.
I guess maybe it's because we've watched that a gazillion times. I just like, oh no, not that again. Seen that so, but I can watch Where Eagles Dare, Guns of Navarone, because they're showing all those this weekend again. Memorial Day. Yeah.
I went to see Guns of Navarone.
Somebody mentioned Shadow Riders.
Yeah. I remember the name. I don't know if the two of them were in it together or not. Maybe they were. Oh, how's that looking? Is it looking better? Okay.
Of course you can. Nick and Tina go, I want to color with Nick on stream. Can I steal this idea? Of course you can. So just color away, Nick and Tina. Good grief. Yeah, I love The Great Escape. That's good too.
Yeah, Great Escape.
Great Escape is great, Jill. Yeah, Rio Grande. Yeah.
I like the Magnificent Seven, the Western theme with, I think Charles Bronson and James Coburn made about 3 or 4 pictures together. They were both in the Magnificent Seven. They were both in The Great Escape. And they were buddies, I think, offset. And they were both in a movie that came out in the 70s called Hard Times, where
is that when he was a boxer?
Yeah, well, he was a street fighter, actually.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson.
And they went around like betting on him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't that come on about a week ago?
I think it did.
You can go over all this wood now with the darker one.
Okay.
I mean, whenever you're ready. Yeah. But all the bricks, this dark here, this one might work better. Here, go ahead and take that one. I'll use it in a minute. Because it's the chow. Here's the lid. Yeah. Okay. And if you go out of lines over here, it doesn't matter because I'm cutting that off.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm cutting that off. And okay, let's put a little bit.
This is fun. I'm going to do this again.
Yeah. Put a little in the cheeks there and then blend that out. The side of her face is a little more in shadow. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this one needs some. This one. I wasn't careful the last time I used it, I guess.
Well, I've always been a fan of Westerns, and a lot of it goes back probably to the television days when there were so many different
Westerns on TV.
Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Have Gun, Will Travel, Dead or Alive, The Rifleman, Yancey Durham, Bat Masterson, all those things. So I always enjoyed watching all those as a little kid.
Did you have your little pop guns and your little holsters?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
I had my coon skin cap like Davy Crockett and all those things. Ran through the woods. I would go out in the morning and I wouldn't come back. I would come back reluctantly when the sun went down. Didn't want to. Go out and play all day long, play cowboys and Indians and build forts. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I like to do that too. We all go build forts in the woods.
Girls built forts? Come on.
We did.
Girls building forts.
And I would do it, go out there with all my friends and we'd build stuff until one time, I forget, and Mom's probably listening. I think she might know this story by now.
I'm going to tell.
But I stepped on it went right through my tennis shoe. I stepped on a big old rusty nail board. There was a board with big nails sticking out of it. And I stepped right, it went right through my shoe and into my foot. Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, my friend, the woods were probably about, I'm saying no more than a mile away, right? And so she carried me home on her back. She was a bigger girl. Yeah. And she carried me home on her back and I was dripping blood the whole way, which is probably the best thing so that all the, I bled the whole way home. Yeah. And so when I got home, I said, oh, if I tell, they're going to make me go and get shots. Of course, I probably already had a tetanus shot sometime previously,
I'm sure.
So I didn't tell. But what I did is I boiled up some water. Now, do not do this at home. Do not do this at home. And I don't even know if this helped or hurt or whatever. But I boiled up a big pot of hot water and I put some bleach in it and put my foot in it. I thought, oh, you got your package, Cheryl? Oh, you did? How did you get it? No, you got your package. Cheryl, are you talking about the cards? You couldn't have possibly got it. It's the post office is closed today. Yeah. Hi, Jean, by the way. Did you get something else, Cheryl? Didn't I send you something else? You got the cards? Oh my gosh, how did you get them already? A box. You got the priority box of ATC, Cheryl. Seriously? Hubster. Hi, Katrina. So anyway, yeah. So I put my foot in that, but I think really what helped more than anything was the bleeding all the way home. So any infection, I probably just bled the whole way home. So yeah,
You're fortunate.
I know. And mom's listening. I don't know if she ever knew that story. Yeah. Michelle, our fort said no girls allowed. Oh, Michael Bryant, no girls allowed. But after a while, we went ahead and let him in because girls is pretty. Hi, Gray. Um, so anyway, yeah. Okay, come. Let's get back in camera right about there.
Okay, now, so to do the inside of these,
It'd probably be dark brown.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'd use this, or
Okay.
I even have it here. Here's even a darker
Let me
brown.
try this.
I got some Hoo Hero dark brown. Oh wait, here we go. See if that one's working. Some of them are, I need refills. And hi, Mr. Q again. Yeah, Mr. Q is not It's not a Mister. She was in a soul band back in the. I have a picture of her. She always gets embarrassed when I show her picture, so I won't show it. But yeah. And everybody's saying good work. Happy Memorial Day to you too, Kate. Post is that. Are we? I thought the post office would have been closed today. Cheryl said that the post office is working there today. Well, anyway, Cheryl, I'm glad you got your box of cards. Do you like them? I packed those things full. I made it totally packed full, all of them. I don't know. That's weird that the post office is open there.
Yeah, well, maybe it was the special deliveries they were making. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Okay, I need to do his 10-star, his chain, and his chain.
You want
gold.
Okay? Then get those up there. Get those gel pens right there and bring them down here. That whole thing. Yeah, those are the same ones you here. Put it here.
Oh, these.
Yeah, these are the same ones that you used last time for the metal.
All right.
So yeah, there's silver.
All right, silver for his 10-star.
And this belt buckle,
Yeah.
and then maybe gold
Yeah.
for the chain. Here's gold.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Hi, Julie. I think I said hi to you, Casper. I said hi to Gray, Wendy, Azure. They are open today for real. There's mail today. Oh well, good because I got a book coming. It might come to while we're streaming. Do you want help with your teacher voice for Hubs? Gina always kids me about. I always say I'm not a teacher, but when I try to explain stuff, yeah. I get a teacher voice. Jean's the music, she's the music teacher in Canada,
yeah.
And so she's saying, Dee, do you want help with your teacher voice?
Trust me, she's a real good teacher. She has a good voice.
Oh, well, now Terry said her post office is closed today.
Hmm.
Let me look this up. Let's just look this up. Someone's got special treatment, Cheryl, at your post office. It's looking good. You want to shade his lightly? Just put a little bit of that lightest blue.
I was thinking about doing his pants and his shirt and this, like we did that. So how do I do that like I did before?
Okay, then this is the light. This is the blue you use.
Okay.
So what he's doing is looking at Lee Van Cleef, how he did that shiny, the blue on the black. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay. Go ahead and do that. Test it and see if it's the same. I think that is. Well, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that'll work. And you could also do the white shirt with just a little tiny hint of blue in it because that would be your shadow.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Hi, Color Creatively, Sandy. Yeah, I mean, really, I thought it was okay. Post office holidays. Let's just check this out. Now, yeah, I can see UPS. UPS will run, they'll run anytime. It's closed today. New Year's, Martin Luther King, Washington, and Memorial Day, and 6 more rows. Okay, but it is closed today. It is closed today. So Cheryl, I don't know about you, girl.
She's special.
She's special, yeah. I think I'll use that blue too on her pants, like but I think I want her to have like a red gingham shirt, maybe. Let's see. Let's test this out. Yeah, Amazon will deliver anytime. I did get some. I won't tell y'all today. I won't show it today. But I did break down. Annie sent me Amazon money for Mother's Day. Denise got me this, watch, and Annie sent me Amazon money. Gift card through the messenger. You just message an email, and you message your gift card, and you just upload it right to your Amazon app. And I won't show you today what I bought, but y'all are gonna go, oh my gosh. I can't believe you got that. So yeah, I'm already swatching, and maybe legs depends on how long Hubster stays. I might show it today.
Okay, I think I'm done with Gary Cooper.
No, you got to do a little bit of shadow on the blue shirt, and you got to do a little more on the porch.
Okay.
Just do a little bit, like right along the edge. Mostly around the edge. There you go. Well, you can do a little more than that, honey. And you got to do his hat.
Yeah. It was probably a black hat. It was.
Well, but then you could put that blue.
All right.
Just give it like the depth. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Color Grid. Yeah, we like the Western book too. Like I said, I bought it for him. Hi, Devin Rex. Do what, honey?
So don't let her kid you, folks.
I did. Oh, okay. Let's see. I need kind of a wheat color. Let's see this color here. Yeah, there we go. Because I want some like hay or some kind of straw stuff going on back there. And maybe a couple like sandy areas. A couple shades of green back there.
A little bit?
Yeah, much better.
You're a good teacher.
Thank you. Now just do a little bit more dark on the porch there and right along there. And his boots. You have to do his boots.
I think he had
Black boots?
Yeah.
Well, then color it again. Do it with the blue so that it has a shine. Yeah. Do you have other brands of alcohol marks? Yeah, I have Hoo Heroes, which are the what do you call it? Let me find one here. Yeah, like these. These are the like the Cali Art Hoo Heroes. Now I don't have the Cali Art. If you want to see every budget friendly brand, go watch Anne, A Colorful Life. Anne. She has every budget friendly marker, probably, or at least a video on it before she gave some of them away, but she does. So anyway, I have these. I bought the Hoo Hero ones, and they're alcohol markers. They don't blend like Copics, but I think part of it is because they have a bullet tip. They have the bullet tip and the chisel tip. They don't have a brush tip. I think the only ones that have brush tips other than Copics are Blick. Blick brand has brush tips and refills. And then the only other ones I have, I bought these were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and they're alcohol markers, but they're called the Art of Painting Pen. And they were, I don't know, some weird off-brand. And normally these things were not cheap. I'll tell you what I do not like about these, and that's the caps. That you have to line them up exactly right to get the caps back on. So you're constantly trying to line this back up. It's annoying. I hardly ever use them, but I got them for, $5 or something. Tombows are not alcohol markers. I do have Tombows, but the reason I have Tombows is for brush lettering, not for coloring, Teresa. I use those for brush lettering. So, you can sleep in my stream, Jean. You know that. Feel free, Jean. You can nap in my show. Oh yeah, that looks good. Do you want to put a little blue in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, use that same blue. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
maybe just kind of follow some of the streaks and follow the shapes of the lines in the sky. That's what I'm going to do on mine.
All right.
And then I need a little bit more. I need that olive green here.
Looking good, Lewis.
Feeling good, Todd. In case y'all don't know, we say it all the time. It's from Trading Spaces. If y'all remember the two old geezers, go ahead and you can tell them, honey.
It had Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in it. Great, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Great picture. They paid Wall Street brokers and so on.
And it was what, 1980? What?
Come out in the 80s, I think. But anyway, Dan Aykroyd played a real snooty, uptight banker type, and he went to his club where the two old guys were at to drop off some checks for them to sign. And when he went in there were some guys in there his age that were just as snooty and hoity-toity as he was. And of course, they were all dressed up in their three-piece suits. And he walked in, and one of his buddies said, "Looking good, Lewis," because his name was Lewis Winthorpe. Dan Aykroyd, his name was Lewis Winthorpe, and his buddy said, "Looking good, Lewis." And he looked back at him in a snooty voice and said, "Feeling good, Todd."
So we always say that. So looking good, Lewis. Feeling, we always say that to each other because of that movie. All right, let's see. I need a little something on, maybe there's a little, I don't know, touch of red something on her saddle back there. A little darker brown. Let's see. Let's test this one out.
I think I'm getting the hang of this coloring thing.
Yeah. Do you like doing it though? That's the question. You're not going to answer. Are you just humoring me, or do you really do you have kind of fun doing it?
Well, as long as I'm doing it with you.
Okay.
So. I wouldn't go out and tell a bunch of guys, "Hey man, I colored this weekend."
Well,
And they go, "Do what?"
Well, so there's millions of men artists.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Oh, that looks good. Are you sure you don't want to do a little bit like darker?
Nah, that's good.
Like that?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Or like that? Okay, you gotta color his name. You're gonna color it in red like we did before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just go in. I'll give you this here in a minute. I'm just gonna go with
two pistols. I didn't see those.
Yeah, we did those in silver last time. Right. If you want to color those little. All right, here's a red. And then I'm gonna take the darker red and do a little shade. And then you can talk about your books that you pulled to talk about.
I got some good ones. I think the folks will probably get a kick out of it.
And then I can kind of monitor chat while you do it. We're going to try to talk about the books while we're coloring, but that's a little much, and keeping up with chat. So, okay. I'm liking this. You? Mm-hmm. Did you like yours?
Yeah.
Let me put her a little bit of blue eyes, I think. Can't really see her eyes very much, but put a little hint of blue in her eyes. And then I need the silver.
Yeah, the great Gary Cooper. Really enjoyed this. And I like Catherine Ross, too.
Oh, I got to do her pants. Let me have that blue here. How long? We have been together almost 40 decades.
40 decades? No. You mean 40 years?
Was that
4 decades?
4 decades. Sorry. Yeah, we haven't been together 400 years.
Unless you're hard, you need some more coffee.
I do. 4 decades, not 40 decades. Okay, so I think I got her little, she's got a little hat strap thing coming down there.
Need to do with shadow too.
Okay. I kind of would like to go around everything with, see, it has a little bit of a white border. I think that would be cool. Okay, I need that light blue. I got to do my sky real quick. If you want to go ahead after you, did you do a star? Yeah. Okay, and I will cut these out and put them on the black cardstock like we did the other ones. So you have to sign it later. I don't have the cardstock ready to cut out.
Yeah.
I need a refill on this one. This light blue is almost.
Well, need to go down to Dick Blick.
We do, don't we?
And stop by the varsity when we're finished.
And the museum. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to talk real quickly about two Western books. One of them, I got. Oh,
tell them the title, the
what?
author, and the date too.
Yeah, okay. The name of the book is Dodge City, and it's about Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and the wickedest town in the American West. Of course, everybody knows that's Dodge City, Kansas. And it's written by Tom Clavin. And this, of course, is the paperback version. And it came out, well, there's a picture of Bat Masterson and Wyatt Earp. And most of us, this came out in 2017, again, by Tom Clavin. Good picture about Dodge City, and but it mainly talks about Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson. Now, most of us probably know more about Wyatt Earp and the gunfight at the OK Corral, and his two brothers or three brothers, Virgil, Morgan, and James, and all the things they did out in the West. But you don't know that much about Bat Masterson. Well, in this book, it goes on to talk about Bat Masterson and his brother Ed. And it goes on and talks about how much and Bat Masterson really was just as tough and bad, if not tougher and badder than Wyatt Earp. And most of us know we grew up. I
know you wanted to say badass, didn't you?
No. I was trying to be polite.
Okay.
But it's a very good book. And if you're looking for something to read about the Old West, like I said, it came out in 2017. You can still find it in your local bookstores, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, and that sort of thing.
Amazon,
and it really is. It really gives a great picture of the Old West, and especially about Dodge City and all the things that went on, and the creation of that city, the cattlemen when they came into town, and it's got information about Wild Bill Hickok, Jesse James, Doc Holliday, Buffalo Bill Cody.
Are there any pictures?
John Wesley Hardin, Billy the Kid, and even Teddy Roosevelt. So it's a terrific picture. I mean, a terrific book. It does have some pictures in there.
I show them one or two. Like, does it have a picture of Bat?
Yeah, it had a picture of Bat. Where'd those pictures go?
There
we go. Yeah, there's a picture of Doc Holliday up there on the left.
Okay, you have to look at the camera. Turn it around and kind of like this way. Go ahead.
Okay, well, there's a picture of Doc Holliday up there on the top left-hand corner, if you can see him right there. And he was actually from Griffin, Georgia, which is right down the street from here.
I know, right?
And he lived around Georgia and so on.
Where's Bat?
Let me see if I can find Bat. There's Wild Bill Hickok. There's Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson right there. There's Bat and there's Wyatt, if you can see them. So good stuff. It's a great read. I'm always amazed at the research that these writers do when they have to go back and use old archives from libraries and newspaper clippings and bank vault records and that sort of thing when they have to do these do the research for books like this.
Yeah.
Now, another one that I read here recently, it's actually been out for a while. It's written by S.C. Gwynn, and it's called Empire of the Summer Moon. And it's pretty much about the Comanche Indian tribe in the Old West. Good picture. I mean, good book. And this one came out in 2010. Again, this is a copy of the paperback edition, but it focuses mainly on an Indian called Quanah Parker. And if you've seen the movie with James Stewart and Richard Widmark called Two Rode Together, another great John Ford Indian, Quanah Parker was her half-breed son from an Indian chief. And Quanah Parker was a very, very fierce Indian warrior who later went on to become, he became a negotiator between the Indian nations and the U.S. government. And he left later on and moved into civilized society and lived to be a pretty good age and became very civilized, had several houses and that sort of thing.
And didn't he help some of the other?
He did. He helped some of the other Indian tribes and so on. But it's a good book. It's called Empire of the Summer Moon. And again, by S.C. Gwynn, came out in 2010. So.
Is that the only Is that the only Western ones you brought out?
Well, I brought another one out, but this one is called Three Roads to the Alamo, and it's about the lives and fortunes of David Crockett, James Bowie, and William Barrett Travis, as you all know,
The Alamo.
were at the Alamo. Good book. Talks all about their lives leading all the way up to the battle. Written by William C. Davis. And this one came out. It's pretty much in paperback now. This one came out in 1998. And a good book. And you can still find this one at Barnes & Noble.
What was the main thing that you got out of that you did not know about the Alamo before you read that book? Do you remember?
Well, I don't remember too much about it because it's been a couple of years since I read it. But how successful Crockett and Bowie were before, in different ways, before
that all happened.
Yeah, before all that happened. So now, since today is Memorial Day, and we honor our veterans, we honor our military services. There are a couple of books that I wanted to talk about, and that I've always enjoyed. One of them was I actually read this book in the late '60s, I think, when it came out. It came out in the middle '60s, I think, and it's by Robin Moore, who's done a bunch of books. And I think he passed away here a couple of years ago. But this is called The Green Berets, and it was about, or it is about, the United States Army Special Forces, the Green Berets. And Robin Moore, when he started out to do this book, he went to the Pentagon and said, well, I want to do a book on the Green Berets, a branch of service that not too many people know about. Well, the Pentagon told him, well, okay, you can do that. However, if you really want to understand the Green Berets, if you really want to write a true book about it, then we suggest that you're going to go the training that the Green Beret soldiers go through, or else you're not going to be able to write the book. And of course, he was a pot-bellied, chain-smoking, drinking writer, like a lot of writers are.
Well, were. I don't know if they all are now.
Were. And of course, it was a huge challenge to him physically, but he said, okay, so he started getting himself in shape, and he actually went through the training that Green Beret soldiers go through, to include the running and the PT, the calisthenics. He had to learn how to, he went airborne. He learned how to be a paratrooper, learned how to jump out of the C-130s.
Can I interrupt you? I have a couple questions for you. One person said that, he's got tons of them, Azure, but he can't recommend them all right now. That's why he's trying to do this.
Yeah.
But I did have a couple people ask if you've ever read or heard about the Black Donnellys. Have you ever heard of the Black?
No.
And then the other one was Follow the River by James Alexander Thom.
No, I've not heard of that one either.
All right. Sorry, Mary.
That's all right.
All right, go ahead.
But anyway, it's a terrific book, and he actually goes through all the training. He gets accepted by the Special Forces folks, and he gets assigned to Vietnam on an A team. And an A team is composed of 12 members. And so he actually gets to go to Vietnam as a member of an A team, and he goes through combat with Special Forces soldiers, and he develops a lifelong bond and affection for Green Beret soldiers. Terrific read. Recommended.
Yeah, and didn't that, was it made into a movie with John Wayne?
It was, but it was nowhere near what the book was.
Okay.
Now, this is a book that actually came out. It's called Outpost of Freedom, and it was written by the very first soldier who won the Medal of Honor in Vietnam. And at the time, it happened to be Captain Roger H.C. Donlin. And Donlin went on to, I think he was just a regular guy, dropped out of high school. And for some reason or another, he decided to go into the military. He got his GED, and he was able to go into officer candidate school. And then he went on later on to Special Forces training. And he got sent to Vietnam in 1964 as a commander of an A team. And Captain Donlin and his team were just absolutely overrun and overwhelmed by North Vietnamese soldiers and Viet Cong. And they had like about a 12-hour battle. And during that, he was wounded like about 4 or 5 times. He dragged soldiers back and forth to seek medical care. And terrific read. And this came out like about 1965 or 66 by Captain Donlin. He later went on to become a colonel. I think he's still alive, and he retired from the Army as a colonel. But it's a great, great read on this Memorial Day if you want to read something like that. Now, two of my favorites I brought is a book by another Special Forces soldier. And this one was written by James N. Rowe. His nickname was Nick Rowe. And Nick Rowe was from McAllen, Texas, and he graduated from I think Texas Tech and went to ROTC, and later on he went into Special Forces training, and he went to Vietnam as a Special Forces lieutenant, and he got captured by the Viet Cong in 1963, and he stayed a POW. My goodness, those things look good on camera. He stayed a POW of the Viet Cong for 5 years, and he was one of the first ones to have ever escaped from the Viet Cong. It's a terrific read. And James Rowe, he after he'd been captured for 5 years, remember he was captured as a lieutenant, and when he got out, or when he escaped from the Viet Cong and got back to a military base, they found out he'd been promoted to major, and just a terrific read. All the things, the torture, all the things that he had to endure and go through as a POW. Great read.
And when did that book come out?
This came out in 1971, and I would love to get the hardback edition of this. This is only the.
We'll have to look for it.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to find it.
Yeah.
But it's a terrific picture. I mean, a terrific book. I keep saying picture.
Well, because some of them are pictures as well, movies as well.
But a great read, and it really makes you appreciate what these guys had to go through as POWs and that sort of thing. But Rowe got out of the military for about 2 years, and as a POW, they can come back in with no questions asked. So he went back into the Army. He stayed in. He got promoted to lieutenant colonel, and then later on he got promoted to full bird colonel, and he got sent to Fort Benning to teach escape, survival, and resistance and evasion. And I think I said that backwards. And then later on, he got promoted to full bird colonel, and he went to the Philippines, where he was assassinated by the communists.
Really?
He really was, yeah. So just a shame. Terrific person. Great book. Great read. Highly recommended. I got one more. This one is by Colonel Anthony B. Herbert.
Oh, can I tell you something real quick? Julie Topaz, she said that her dad was a director of public works for the UT Mountain UT tribe, and he was the only Anglo ever buried in their tribal cemetery.
Wow, what an honor.
What state was that in again, Julie? What state was that? It'd take a minute for her to answer. I know, Lisa, right? Waiting for Julie to say what state that's in. Colorado.
Okay, yeah. Cool. The Utes. All
yeah.
Right. Anyway, this is a book by.
Is it Utes or UT? Utes. Okay.
Yeah. This is a book by Colonel Anthony B. Herbert called Soldier, and he was a big hero. He was one of the most decorated soldiers of the Korean War, and later on he went through airborne training, ranger training, special forces. He did a lot, and I like the book because he got promoted to battalion commander in Vietnam, and he had to really go through a lot as a battalion commander. And later on, he actually ended up filing charges against his superiors for war crimes, and he got into a lot of trouble doing that, and they ran him out of the Army.
I can't help it. I have to fix that.
That's all right, but it's a good read, and he was a terrific soldier and a great read. This came out in 1973, and from time to time, when I need a little motivation, I'll pull it out and read it. Believe it or not, for some of the things that he had to go through and that sort of thing. So anyway, the last one I wanted to tell you about was a couple of months ago. Dee Dee and I went down to Dick Blick, the art supply store on Peachtree Street in downtown Atlanta. And while we were there, we said, well, there's a Barnes & Noble right across the street from the Georgia Tech campus. Why don't we go down there and see what kind of books they got? So we went in there, and when we went in, there was an Asian lady, probably, I think in her middle 40s, sitting there, and she had a stack of these books there.
And it was mostly, this Barnes & Noble had almost all textbook type stuff. It wasn't like your typical Barnes & Noble. It had lots of like T-shirts and the college team apparel.
Paraphernalia,
yeah. And there was
a lot of Georgia Tech coffee cups, pens, hats,
it
mugs.
wasn't like they didn't have a whole lot of books. It was almost all like textbooks and books that they would have had assigned reading.
Yeah.
But she was sitting there by herself, and there was nobody there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Dee Dee and I walked up to her and said, well, who are you? And she goes, well, my name is Kim Jones. And I said, well, are you the author? She went, yes, I'm the author of this book right here, The Girl from Vietnam. And I said, well, what's it about? And she goes, well, it's actually about my escape from Vietnam. So I got her to to autograph the book. And it says, for Buddy, March the 2nd, 2019, best wishes, Kim. And as a young girl who didn't speak any English or any of that, her parents had decided in the middle 70s.
Well, bring it back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talk
that
about it,
that they had to. They realized that things were going bad in Vietnam. The communists had taken over.
And what year about was that?
That was about 75. And she said, we got to get the heck out of Dodge. And so and set out for the high seas, and it talks all about her journey in Vietnam, leaving Vietnam, and what they were doing and how they were rescued out in the open ocean.
Yeah, tell a little bit about that. That's really good.
Well, they'd gone through storms, they'd gone through high waves, they'd gone through big seas, they'd gone through running out of water and running out of food, sitting in this little rickety old boat. And the last day, they had seen a ship in the distance, and they were pretty much out of food and out of water, and the boat started leaking, and they're trying to bail it out and bail it out and bail it out, and they were saying, man, this is it. We're not going to be able to make it. Well, the ship's captain that had seen that little rickety boat said, nah, I'm not going to go back and pick those guys up. But then something came over him, and he said it probably was a message from God, but something came over him and said, you know what? I better go back and I better turn around. So he turned his big ship around, went back and rescued this little boat full of Vietnamese refugees.
How many were on it?
There was about 20 of them left on there. And just a terrific read. And then later on, they immigrated to the United States.
Well, tell about how that, like right when they got on.
Well, as soon as the last person got off this little rickety boat, the boat sank.
Tell him about the father, though. You know, when he was in his boat thinking that they're all going to sink.
Yeah, and he began to pray and say, we got right when he began to pray is when the ship's captain said, well, I think I need to turn around and go back and get these guys. So it's a good book. She was a very sweet lady. And if I had known all that when I bought the book, I would have congratulated her
and
on
talked
her
to
escape
her more, yeah.
and talked to her more, but I didn't have the opportunity. And but it's a terrific read. I would really encourage you to find this book if you could.
And how long were they in the refugee camp before they got to come to California?
They were there, I think, about a year before they were in the camp.
And how many in their family unit?
Well, all total, I think it was about 7 or 8 of them. But they had extended aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters and nephews and that sort of thing. But they went to California, and they had some problems, settling there. But now they're just as American, of course, as we are. And but a great read, highly recommended. That's another one of those books where you
go ahead. I just want to find the ISBN
that's
number.
All right. And but anyway, it's really good, and I would encourage you to get that.
All right, the ISBN is 978-164-140. 378-8, and you can probably find it on Amazon. But Terry found it on Amazon. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, great book. I would encourage you. It's only like about $20, I think.
I'm gonna go get that the one that you're reading now about the D-Day girls. You can just talk about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so I got all these people to myself while you're out of the room. Well, let's talk about Dee Dee for a little bit. All right, she's a wonderful person. For those of you that don't know, love her dearly. She does a great job. She's a good wife. She's a good mother, good grandmother.
Okay.
All right.
He took the dust jacket off, but I want y'all to see the cover, and then you can just talk a little bit about that one.
Well, this is since it's Memorial Day, but this is a British book, or about mainly British and French women, and
MI6.
It's called D-Day Girls, written by Sarah Rose, and terrific picture. I mean, terrific.
You keep saying picture because we're talking about movies. Yeah.
And but anyway, and it came out.
Funny, Gene. Yeah. Here come the cats.
Yeah. It's called D-Day Girls: The Spies Who Armed the Resistance, Sabotaged the Nazis, and Helped Win World War II by Sarah Rose. And of course, it came out in 2019, so it came out this year. But it's all about these women that were recruited by MI6 and the training that they had to undergo. And they were all dropped behind enemy lines, and how they had to organize the resistance with weapons and training. And just a great book. If you like to read about women that do these things, there's not a whole lot of them, but I enjoyed reading that because I have a wife and 2 daughters and a granddaughter, and I always try to tell them that they can do anything they put their minds to. Come on, Oliver. I mean, Malibu. So, but anyway, again, 2019, D-Day Girls by Sarah Rose, a great book. I encourage you, if you like to read things like this, to you can find it at Barnes and Nobles or
I don't think
Amazon.
there's a movie about this yet, Devin. It's
There
just, huh? Yeah, because it just came out. Now what's that one movie with 13 Rue Madeline?
Well, that's an old picture with James Cagney.
But there was some women in that that were.
But those were Americans that were
Yeah.
trained on the things to do and how to resist and that sort of thing. But good book, recommend it.
Yeah, but this is on the British girls.
Yeah, there's a couple of French girls and British, and girls that were British that spoke French and French that spoke English and that sort of thing. So
Jean's asking if you read Red Alert, true story about a man who was an investment banker in Russia.
I have not read that, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Now he probably will now, Jean. She says that's great. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm running out of steam and things
there's
to
a
say.
movie about Bletchley Park, Wendy said.
Yeah.
Julie said, my uncle, who's Vietnam vet, just met Kim.
Fu Fan?
Yeah.
The napalm girl. Oh, good for him. Awesome. That was the little girl that was 10 years old.
That you see in all those pictures all the time.
They got her clothes burned off when she was running down the street.
Yeah.
By napalm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, B. Hi, Mary. The Lost Girls of Paris, Mary said. The Lost Girls of Paris by Pam Jenoff is about another one about British girls. Okay. The Lost Girls of Paris. Let's see what else. Well, Hubster, we appreciate you talking about all the books and coloring with me today.
Well, you're quite welcome. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to do it again. And,
about an hour and a half is all you can do.
That's about all I can do. Actually, I didn't know it was that long. So I'm going to leave it with you.
Okay, so who was the one that has a book? Oh, called Fire Road. She has a book called Fire Road. That's, I guess, the little girl.
Yeah. Oh, I think she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, ladies and guys, it's been fun, and I hope you got something out of it.
Everybody said Happy Memorial Day to you, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take the cats in the books. So yeah, we'll get Hubster to sign. This is the one he did just today with Copics, and this is the last one that he did. We have to sign it like he did before. The name of the book and sign the date to it, Bud. Okay. And then this is what I did, and this is the Walter Brennan one that I never finished. But so these are Western ones that we've colored.
Bye, folks.
And are you going to leave your coffee cup in the cats?
Well, I've only got.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can get the cup.
Yeah, look, I got both the look, guys. I got both the cats up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just because you're in here. They want to be in here with you.
Yeah, they're so curious.
I know they are. All right, they're going. They're going to follow you. You going to go follow him too, Oliver? There he goes. They're both going to go follow Hubster. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed having Hubster time. It was fun to have him visit us. I'll sit this right here. This is where I left off with showing this. Yeah, good. I'm glad y'all liked it. Well, I won't spend too much more time. What time is it? Let's see. It's only 10. See, it goes by fast when you're sitting here talking to somebody. Let's see here. Let's bring this up just a little. There we go. So I showed this earlier. Oh, y'all are welcome. He likes coming on every now and then. I'd tell him that he should do more book chats. Talk more about books. He can talk about all history. He just picked the Westerns, and because it was more Memorial Day, a couple of soldier books. I know, right, Artsy? So, all thanks, B. So I did show this little book that I got from June at 70 East off of Etsy, and it's a book on drawing, like anime characters, all the different features and different styles, and So anyway, I did, but if you order from 70 East, it does take can take a while because it comes from Korea. So it took like about a month. Um, he needs a rest now. Nah, he's not he's not used to streaming like we are, where we talk for 3, 4, 5 hours. Okay, so I was gonna try to swatch. Maybe I'll swatch real here. Y'all want to see me swatch something real quick? I got something else. I'll put all these away after a while. Let me move all these Copics. So Annie sent me a Mother's Day Amazon money gift cards. Yay, swatching. And so let me show you. Let me get the boxes. Thanks, honey. He's closing the door so the cats don't come in. Okay, so let's see here. So y'all know I had the Artesia gouache. I won't show you that again, but I have the Artesia gouache. Well, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead. I'll start completing my set. I have the Artesia gouache, the Artesia water, the brush markers, the Artesia brush, these here, the water brush, water markers. And so anyway, because Annie sent me I'm reaching up there, putting that back. I went ahead and I broke down Jean. I'm gonna blame Jean and Janet. Okay, Terry. So and that was just because Annie sent this for me. So I got the Artesia watercolors. I broke down. I bought the Artesia watercolors. I don't know when I'm going to use all these guys. But I did get these and I did swatch them. Let me get back over here. Okay. So I swatched them out. Janet goes, good girl. So I swatched out the, and I just did them like by the trays. And I tried to kind of block them out because I've already put them in pans. Okay. So I won't well, I'll show you this real quick in case you haven't seen how Artesias come. They come in these little trays like this. Okay. And there's 10 trays, 6 in each tray. There's 60 of them. And so I got these from Annie. And I've already squeezed them out into little pans. And no, they're not chalky at all, Janet. There's look. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, they're not chalky at all. And so these are the colors. I've already yeah, thanks, Terry. No, they're not chalky at all. Even the browns, they're not chalky. I mean, yeah, I mean they don't look chalky. I mean, can I feel them a little bit, but I don't know if you mean by the looks of them. They're not chalky though, like that. And so these are the colors. Now this is almost full strength here. How I put these on here is I took the tube, out of the tube, I put a little line and then took a baby wipe and then just moved it with the baby wipe. That's how I swatched all these. With just squeezed a little bit out on the tube, took a baby wipe and smoothed them out. So it's almost full strength. Okay, this is almost full strength. Make more. Did you like your card, Cheryl? Did you like all the stuff I packed in that box? Yeah, I sent out I think 6 boxes and 2 envelopes. So yeah. I need lessons on swatching. Well, wait, Jean, this is just getting here's what I wanted to do with this. I've not broken them out like with what I'll do that in just a minute. I'll do a little test with the dark and then wet it and do a gradient. But I wanted the colors down with the names. So that's all I wanted in this. The same way I did the gouache, I did this. I just squeezed a little, just like swatched across the with the tube and then took a baby wipe. I just wanted to get the numbers and the color names down. So, because I wanted to squeeze them into the little pans. So I had to have this so I could tell what colors. So there's the rest of the green. So, Yeah, there's the 60 colors. And what I did is I had this Jane Davenport what do you call it, tin from the pencils. So wait for it. So I used this tin because it had a cover and it had it has white enamel to use as a mixing tray. So that's why I went with this one, just to have a cover on it, you know. um oh, okay, Mary. Thanks, Mary. And Mary, I did send out Mary's box from you to her. They all went out Saturday, but there's no mail today except for Cheryl, who I don't know why she gets mail today, but it's a postal holiday. So I bought some, you know, I have the little trays from my here. And again, this is just another watercolor tin thing. And so this is where I put my gouache in here. So these are my gouache in here. And in this case, I just put them in the order. I put them in the order that was on the box. So these are not in any kind of specific order. They're just like they were on the gouache box. And so that's that. So I did kind of the same thing with the watercolors. And yeah, so here's my watercolors. And yeah, so I kind of, and how I did this, guys, is they're just, let me get one that I can pick up kind of easy. I did it the same way as I did the gouache. There's double-sided foam dots, foam dots and edges down at the bottom. And then what I do is I just stick it down, and so they don't move. And so, yeah, it said, well, it wasn't really expressed. It was just priority boxes, Cheryl, but they still shouldn't be delivered on a holiday. But whatever, I'm glad you got them. I'm glad you got them before probably anybody else. So anyway, because it had the white tin here, it's good for mixing, and so that's why I just took the pencils out of here and used it for the 60 watercolor. Watercolor. And real quick, just to make Jean happy here, let's just go ahead and do real quick. Let me bring my little water. Let me bring my water tray over here. And I need some paper towels under it so I can blot. And just get a watercolor brush. And okay, so let's see what color. Jean will go with green. Jean's favorite color. Okay, so let's just pick a nice bright green. Okay, so, and they're still moist in here, guys. They haven't dried out. I'm sure they will dry out. So I'm going to try to get as dark there. First layer. So I will swatch them out like this eventually. Yeah, they are, Lisa. They're very bright. Okay, so let's see. Let's do another green. Well, I can do a wet on wet, or I can just do a dry brush too. So here. So that's the lime green. Let's do an olive green here. And you know, they're not meant to be, you know, they're no Martha, no, I always say Martha Graham. No M Graham or what's the other one that's good that you have, Jean? The other brand. They're just, you know, they're student grade. But that's, you know, I'm gonna not use them for much of anything but base coating and doing our little drawings, our little you know, little florals or little, you know, just some little things. Hi, Mary, Grace. I'm sure I'm missing some people. No, these are the Tina. These are the watercolor. Here are the gouache, and I have them both. Now they come in those tubes I showed you guys. They don't come in pans. You have to get these separately. The little pans, you buy those separately. You can get them on Amazon for 100 of them for I don't even remember. I just put them in these little tins to protect them, or you can use them right out of the tube if you want. Oh yeah, Shinhan, Daniel Smith, and the M. Graham. Those are like some of the good ones if y'all want really nice watercolors. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show. Okay, so that's one thing, and I just put them in these tins. These are just my own like sitting around tins, just to put them in. Okay. The other thing that I got, which I will from Annie, I'm blaming Annie, that I got. Is let me show you the box. I've already taken them out of the box. The watercolor pencils. I know, don't hate me, don't judge me. So I got the watercolor pencils because Annie sent me the Mother's Day Amazon card. So I know. I think I do now, Terry. Well, I don't have here's the thing. I don't have the acrylic paint bottles, the little, little bottles of acrylic paint. And I'll tell you why I really don't want those, because people have said they have a shine to them. They have a sheen to them. And see, that's one of the things I love about my Americana Craft paint matte is there's no sheen to them. And that's what I like about them. I like that there's no shine because I can use color pencil over them. Okay, so I won't be getting the acrylic. What do you call it? Paints, the little paints. I know, Jean. I know. I would not have bought these if Annie hadn't sent it to me. It's all Anne's fault. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Anne has them all, I think. Yeah. So anyway, I've already taken them out of the box here and put them in a, hang on, let me put that back up there. Put them in a pencil case. So Terry's putting up links. So here's what I thought I would do. I'll go ahead and maybe swatch these. Do y'all want to see me swatch these? I mean, you may not want to, but my plan was to spend the whole day with Hubster, but he bailed on me. Hubster bailed after an hour and a half. So you have them too, Queen Sassy? You haven't enabled anyone, Grace? Oh, I'm sure we've all enabled each other on something. Trust me, we've all enabled something on somebody. So I'll just use my water brush on these. It'll be quicker. Do I want to? I guess I should go ahead and write them down. Let's use a ballpoint pen. So these are the Arteza watercolor pencils. Okay, there's a shadow right. Oh, that's this is making a shadow. All right, let's move that out of the way. Okay, so usually when I do watercolor pencil type stuff, I have ink tints. So I have my ink tints water soluble ink pencils, but mostly when I want to do finer line stuff, I just use my Neocolor 2 and a water brush. So I don't really use watercolor pencils yet. Now I'm going to have to. Yeah, I'm going to go through here. I'll show you them here. So I've kind of broken them out a little bit here. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So is there 72? Is it 72 of them? Let me see. Yeah, 72. So there, I broke them out so I can just flip right to the colors. There's the purples, blues, greens, browns and reds, pinks, oranges, and yellows, right? So, yeah. I broke these out how I wanted to. All right, so I won't put down white, but I will tell you the names. I won't put down white, but it is white quartz. So let's see. White quartz. Because you won't see it. It won't show up on the paper. Okay, Grace, because I have Arteza color pencils. Yeah, I don't have the color pencils. I do not need or want the color pencils. I don't really need these. I got these. Between my Prisma, my Holbees, my Polys, and my Loomies, yeah, I got plenty of pencils. But how do you like the color pencils, Grace? Oh, waterbush pens don't have the rest of Arteza stuff. Yeah. Um, Ever review the black? No, I haven't reviewed them yet. I swatched them. I have them swatched out, Devin. I haven't had a chance to play with them yet. Yeah, I've got to still play with the Black Widows. Connie sent me those. I have to play with them. Um, well, I don't know, Grace. I can't really compare these watercolor pencils to much of anything else because I don't have any other watercolor pencils. I used to, probably 25 years ago, I had some of the, I don't even know what they're, I might still have a few laying around somewhere. They were gray. The barrels were gray. What was it? Faber-Castell? Who made them years? Derwent, maybe? Maybe it was Derwent. I had some years ago. I never used them, guys. I rarely use my Inktense. Which there's just only so many hours in the day to stream different things. Yeah, make sure, guys, that you have live chat selected, and make sure the little settings wheel says 1080p. Sometimes if you refresh or just come into a channel, and YouTube may default you to like 144. You need to go into your little wheel and make sure you have the highest setting that a streamer is streaming, whether it's 720 or 1080p. You might have to reset go in the little wheel and click 1080p. Yeah, I think it was Derwent, Gene. They had a gray barrel. They're real skinny pencils, kind of. Okay. All right, Devin. Yeah. I haven't really compared them to anything. All I've done is swatch the Black Widows. Let's see. So Queen Sassy said, are you talking about the Arteza ones, Queen Sassy? She said the color pencils do not blend as smoothly as Prisma. Is that what you're talking about, Prisma? I don't know. It's hard to blend nothing really to me blends like a Prisma. Polys are made for layering. Prismas, there's just nothing blends like them. They're so creamy and blendy. Thank you, Grace. All right, so we'll just take a minute here. So what I'm going to do, here's how I'm going to work this. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do all the wet at once. So I'll go ahead and I think I'll just write the names first. So this one is A02, and I'll try to be quick. Yellow sapphire. This is yellow sapphire. And then I'll take my brush and wet them. Okay. So I think it'll be quicker this way if I do them all. In the meantime, we can talk about something else if y'all want to. Okay. So A. And I don't even know why I write the numbers down. I really don't need the numbers. That's lemon. And this one is ivory. I don't know. See, why is that called ivory? I don't know. It's kind of like a creamy yellow, but I don't know. Ivory to me is like off-white, but whatever. Sometimes I wonder about the names of things. And I'm putting hard pressure down. I'm putting as much down as I can so that when I gradiate it out, we'll see what it goes to. Okay, so this one's sunflower. And I might do, neater swatches later. I just want to see the color put down right now. It's the color of old yellowed ivory. Ah, Jean, the music teacher, would know that with her piano. Yes, I guess that's a good reason, Jean. And I just put all the yellows, oranges, pinks. I just kind of made my own little rainbow here. This is not how they came in the box. Okay, so this one's honey. Again, I'm putting hard pressure and as much pigment down as I can. And they're pretty smooth going down. I mean, again, I haven't used them or anything. I would think I would use these as like on top of gouache or watercolor, for little details or something. Well, that didn't show up. Okay, well, anyway. All right, then the next one, I'll probably get about 8 on a page here. This one is Tuscan Sun. Okay, so real quick, let's go ahead and swatch these and I'll go to the next page. Yeah, Dee, I like that you do big swatches. Yeah, no, I got to see it. I got to see the color. All right, so let me get a Kleenex so I can clean my brush as I go. Put my pen down a minute. Okay, so I'm going to just do this. Like this. Get it wet and then kind of just, drag it out there. Just so y'all can kind of see. And I'm cleaning my brush in between. So I'm just kind of getting it wet. So once you get it wet, you don't see the pencil marks anymore. I'll hold it up a little closer here in a minute. Okay. You see the colors there. They're pretty vibrant. It's pretty thick if you want to use that word for watercolor. Oh, thank you, Gail. All right, let me hit this with the heat gun real quick and then we'll go to the next page. I won't do back because this is thin, this is sketch paper and it's probably going to warp it. So I'll just go over here. Okay, so now let's go to Tuscan Sun was the last one. All right, so now we're going to go to, hang on. And I do like that they have, I don't know if y'all have other Arteza pencils, but I like that they have the little watercolor and the little a little paintbrush. They have a little paintbrush on it so you'll know they're water soluble. Pigmented, yeah. Thanks, Terry. I like how, and there's other brands that do that as well. I can't think of them right now. I've had off-brand, I've had 1 or 2 pencils here and there, and they have the little water, the little brush there, so it's a watercolor pencil, right? Okay, so now this one is just called Orange. Okay, so again, I'll do the whole row. I'll do a whole page. Okay, this one is Turmeric. And I'll show you I'll hold up the pencil so you can see maybe I should zoom in a little here. Let's try that. I was kind of far away while Hubster was. Looks pretty good like that. How do you like them looking for? Galena, I don't know yet. I'm just now swatching them out for the first time. I really don't have an opinion on them yet. I mean, they're smooth going down. They're pretty smooth going down, but I can't compare them to other pencils. You probably need to ask somebody else that has other pencils. This one's called Peaches and Cream. That have comparative videos on it. This is just my first time to use them. I just got them. Okay, this one's Marmalade. Then this one is Apricot. Trying to keep up with chat. Yeah, Hubster and I did a whole show this morning, so we're just now getting on to. We colored this morning, and then he did some book chat, which I've been trying to get him to do for the longest time. So I was glad to get him to do that. Next time, I'll just probably get him to do some book chat and not make him color. I say make him. He didn't mind. He doesn't mind doing it, but that's just not what he does. Pink macaroon. This is what this one is. But he's, being a good sport. And I think my daughters like seeing him on the show. They like having him on. Okay, let's get one more on here and get about 8 on a page. A-O-8-2. This one's Flamingo. Uh-oh, I'm glad Eileen's not here. Flamingo. Okay. So now let me show you kind of the texture. See, it looks just like regular color. I mean, just regular color pencil without wetting them yet. Okay. All right, let's do that now. All right, so orange. Clean my brush. So you can see they do feather, they blend out really nice. They're going to get them next month. Yeah, they're, they're not very expensive at all, these watercolors. I don't know how much the regular pencils are because I haven't priced them because I don't need them. I really don't need watercolor pencils, but I'm gonna use more of them. We're gonna use them more. Okay, and then here's the flamingo pink. So you can see you can get rid of edges pretty easy with Hypocola. You can get rid of the pencil edges fairly well. Hey, CB. I know I'm missing people. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. Mr. Q, the Georgia sun said, yeah. It's the Georgia sun is nice, but the Georgia sun it's hot and humid. It's so humid. So humid. Yesterday it was 99 at the lake. Let me see. I got a quick. Oh, Denise messaged me something here. Hang on. Oh, okay. So here's some of them in the. Well, let me show you first. All right, let me save the pictures so I can show them to you. Denise just messaged me a couple pictures from the lake. So hang on. She sent them to me and Mom. Okay, so this is some, I don't know who's canoeing down there right there. But this is looking from the porch. Up on the porch, you look down a big hill. And I'll show you a little video I took. Let's go to my photos. I only took this is the big giant float boat that Denise brought down there. It's huge. I mean, you can't really tell from this picture. It's like almost as big as a pontoon boat. It's a huge float. I should have asked her how long it took to blow that baby up, to pump it up. But I'll show you real quick. I only got like a 5-second, really. This is just a real quick little, this is again up on the porch looking down the hill. There's the boat dock, there's the deck, and then there's that big floaty boat off the end of that. I guess I'll let me mute the music. Hang on. All right, I'll let it go again. It has some music and I don't want to get, it's only 10 seconds, but. So there's from the lake. And then Denise took a picture. I think that's Boo out there in there. Yeah. Okay. So there's some of the kids in the boat. So you can see how big the float boat is. Denise sent a couple pictures. Yeah. So you can see it's a big, huge float boat or floaty, So anyway, yeah. But it was like 99 and I don't know what was 100% humidity yesterday. It was stifling hot. So, and they're all still down there. They're all still down there. We came home. So we came home yesterday. So anyway, there's those colors. All right. So now let's go on to the next 8. All right. So the next one is, that's Flamingo. I already did that one. Okay. So A01, this one's called Plum. Let's see. It's kind of, looks pretty more pink than plum, but they're calling that plum. Thanks, guys. Yeah. And then, this one's called Peony. Then this one is Fruit Punch. Janet, what are you streaming today? You are streaming, right, Janet, at 1? Jean, are you streaming at 4? Let's get the situation settled here. Hey, Darcy. And then this one is Fuchsia. Jean, what are you streaming? Jean, you need to get back into some watercolor. I miss your watercoloring. Not that there's anything wrong with your paper crafting, but I just miss seeing your watercoloring. Jan streaming, you have to decide what I'm doing. And where's Eileen? Eileen's not there bossing you around today, Janet? Is Chrome is really acting up on you? Is it because you're on a Mac, Jean? Why is Chrome messing up with you? Is it becoming, I don't want to say Mac incompatible. Because I don't know. You're usually our Mac tech girl, Jean. Okay, the next, I guess I could go to purple. I'm going to go ahead and go to the purple ones that I have back. Well, let's go this way. I have the purple ones back here. So we'll go to the purple right after the pink, even though I went into red over here. So we'll go to the purple next. No idea. Since last Friday, I've gotten nothing but buffering. It seems to be filling the cache really quickly. If you can't figure it out, Jean, I don't think the rest of us will. We'd be asking you, Jean, what's going on? All right, this one's Lilac. Do you have any problem watching videos, Jean? Like watching YouTube at all? Do you have trouble watching YouTube? This one's lavender. Thanks, guys, for all the thumbs up and everything. That's lavender. This one is, so I can get these last three on here. Eggplant. You can it just not live. Aren't they, Darcy? Yeah. These are the Arteza watercolor pencils. This one is Ubi, UBE. I've never heard of a color named Ubi, UBE. Is that like, I don't know, just UBE. Let's see if I can get these last two on here. Purple Iris. Get all these purples on the same page. And the last purple is Amethyst. Okay, so let's go ahead and wet these down. Where's my... Ubi dooby doo. Terry. I don't know. Okay. Ubi is a Philippine desert. Oh, dessert. Oh, sorry. It's a dessert made from boiled and mashed purple yam. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jean. You must be a crossword puzzler to know that. Ubi is it's short for ubi halaya, a Philippine dessert made from boiled and mashed purple yam. Oh, does it mean grape in Spanish, Holly? I don't know. Oh, you just Google it. Jean, you should have just said, oh, yeah, yeah. All right. So, and then I'm just cleaning my brush in between colors. Cats are out there wanting in. I'm going to have to let them in. So I'm just kind of dissolving them and then feathering it out. So they don't take but a second to dissolve. You know, of course, I'm not using them in some, a project. So we'll see how you could make a dessert from yam. Yeah, well, a lot of sugar in there somewhere, Jean. Just squeeze these last two down on here. Little test strips here. There we go. I like this amethyst. That's a pretty nice dark purple. And this is not watercolor paper, guys. This is just like a mixed media, like a sketchbook paper. So you really need to test it on whatever kind of watercolor paper you're going to use. I'm wanting the colors right now. I'm not testing their qualities. Yeah, they dissolve pretty quick. And I'm not even really trying, So we'll have to do more drawings. I can't show you any of the ones that I did because I gave them all away. The little fruit, the pear, the orchid, did an artichoke, an onion. All those little ones that we did last week or the week before last, or it would have been the week before last, that we did with gouache. I think we did those with gouache. We'll have to do more because I do have all this. Look, I have all this watercolor paper cut up. We're gonna have to use these babies up with drawings and watercolor and gouache. Okay, let's go to the next. All right, so now, so we did all the yellows, oranges, pinks, and we did all the purples. That's all the purples right there. So now let's go back over here to the reds and browns. Okay, so here's the reds and browns. And I'm going to start with it down here, but it's the only way I can get it on camera here. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, let's write them down first. Okay, so this is blood orange. And again, I'm just putting heavy pressure and trying to get the pigment down. If y'all have any questions or anything, put it in caps, guys. Because the computer's kind of far away. I'm set up a little. Picture was here. Okay, so this is rose red. Okay. Then we have crimson. Not trying to write neat or anything. This is a quick reference. Just a quick reference for the colors. Carmine red. For anybody that just wants to see the colors. You know. So if you want to know if you should buy them or not based on what colors they are. Again, no testing has been done by me on these yet. Magenta. Passion fruit. Janet, how's the flooding in your area? Janet's one that got, they're flooded. No, I mean, she personally wasn't flooded with the bad weather and tornadoes and all that going on in Oklahoma. But is the water receded any, or is it going up? Oh, I missed something on Eileen. What's going on with Eileen? I missed some stuff on the weather. Oh, Janet, let's see what Janet was. I don't know what y'all are talking about, Eileen. We're getting you're getting more rain this week? Okay, Janet said the lake is 12 inches above normal. I saw that picture you posted on Twitter, Janet, but I didn't know if it was going up or going down. And then, I hope everything's okay with Eileen. I saw y'all saying something about her. Is there bad weather down in Florida? This is garnet. Okay, then we got burnt ochre. Oh, let's put the color down. We'll get one more on this page. Then we have cinnamon. Okay. That's what we left on. Let me see. They are talking about how Eileen is going to trash Janet's house today. I'm just glad that you didn't get flooded out, Janet. I did see a picture of the dam, though. I'm not sure how far is that big dam that they were showing on the news, Janet. How far is that from you? I don't have a picture of that handy. You're higher than the dam. Okay. It's about 80 miles from you. Okay. But it was, I saw that lake picture of the boat under, well, not underwater, but half underwater. And then Lisa too. Lisa Scott, her lake um, flooded. So I'm just swatching these out, guys, wetting down the pigment and then kind of pulling it out here. Still got water in my brush. So quick to do this with the water brush. And if you're just going to use it in a color book or something like that, then this is just awesome just for a color book or something. And a water brush, you're not going to want to use probably a water brush if you're going to do professional paintings. I like to use it because it's just handy for little things, just doing a quick little study or something, but yeah. All lakes are at a capacity right now. They can't let it go over the dams. Okay. Yeah, I saw those pictures, Janet. Yeah, they are pretty colors, aren't they, Terry? And if I remember, all right, so let me not talk over this. I wanted to show y'all some file folder things, projects, when I was showing all the art cards, and I didn't get to that because we just ran out of time. So I did pull out my old file folder projects, and maybe on Wednesday, we'll do something with the file folders. I got a new box of file folders to do some projects with the file folders, but I'll show you if I remember here, somebody remembers to tell me after we swatch these that I'll show you the file folder, some of the previous file folders. I won't go through them all. I'll do that on Wednesday. And we'll do some file folder, mixed media projects with them. If y'all are interested in that. If not, well, we can always just color, paint or draw or color. Okay, so now let's go on to A048. This is Sienna Brown. Okay. A071 Express. Oh, it's not espresso. It's they have it espresso. Espresso? Espresso. Yeah, like, yeah. Espresso. You're always down for some file folders, Julie? Yeah. We haven't done them in a long, long time. So, I mean, I've shown them, here and there, but we haven't done anything. This is Coco. We haven't done anything with them for some time, and we'll tack that on a Society of Idea Collectors and maybe do a Society Idea Collector something. A118. This is dark chocolate. Maybe we'll play around. Next time we do some drawing, we'll draw out of this book that I got. We'll do some drawing from this. That'll be fun, right? Maybe color it with watercolor or gouache. If we draw out of it, this is noir. Nice black. And then this one is charcoal, which probably is going to be just a little grayer. So this is charcoal. Okay, so let's wet these down. Bye, Melody. Please sleep well. You have half a box of folders still. Good, Julie. You can. Oh, wait. I didn't do the charcoal here. It's a little blue in it. It's got a little bit of blue in it. Yeah, thanks, Jan. Jan's going to color the charcoal. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so, all right. And I'm just cleaning off on the Kleenex here. And if I just got a brush full of water, let's do that with these last two. Instead of using the water brush real quick, let me just get a let's just get a watercolor brush, some water, and let's just get it nice and saturated. Need a little more water. So get it real wet here. It's like not really controlled water. It's just like a big blob of water instead of in the brush. And here's, it's just less water, because I'm controlling how much comes out. What do I squeeze some out or do I just let it flow? But here, these last two, I just let it blob out. I mean, a full brush load of water. All right, let's dry these real quick. Oh, good, Cheryl. Oh, you didn't have to retract your nap, Cheryl. Yeah, it's I'll show you in a second, Jean. I'll show you the book I'm in. It's like heavier sketchbook paper. It's not real heavy. It's not as heavy as like full-on mixed media. It's just one of these Hobby Lobby ones, I think. Yeah. Premium sketchbook pad. It is 80 pound. And it's got a slight texture. It's not a real smooth sketchbook. It's got a slight tooth, but not too much. Yeah, it's 80 pound, Jean. Okay, let's go on to, I'm gonna need another Kleenex here. All right, let's finish up these colors here. All right, now we just got blues and greens. That's all we got left are blues and greens. All right, so let's move this out of the way. I'm gonna have to fill my water brush. All right, let's go ahead and do the blues. I got them right here. So these, let's test it on watercolor paper, Jean. We'll test a couple. All right, so this is the Strathmore watercolor pad. And what I like about this is it's real smooth on one side. I mean, like cold press, like this is like cold press on one side, but it's even smoother on the back side. So I'll test it on both sides of this paper. Let me get my water, like full on water bucket here for that. Instead of just my water brush. All right, so let's start with the blue. Let me swatch it on here and then we'll test it on the smooth side. Now this side's it's not hot. I mean, sorry guys, did I say cold press? I meant hot press. Hot press and then a little bit smoother than cold press. It's not quite even cold press. It's a little smoother than cold press. It's like hot press and hot press light. So we'll try it on both sides of that. Okay, so here, let me write that down. I didn't write it down. All right, let's see. So this is periwinkle, A068. All right, let's do periwinkle. Okay, so there's periwinkle. Now let's try it on both sides of this paper. This is the smoother side. And we'll look at it. Look, see, it's already looking a little smoother. Can y'all see that? See, the sketchbook paper has more tooth than the smooth of this Strathmore. Now let's try on the rougher side. And it's a little bit rougher than the sketchbook. All right, so there's that. So this is the tooth, and let me show y'all that pad of paper. I've cut them all up. So it's this Strathmore Vision watercolor pad, and it comes in all different sizes. I bought this larger size so that I could cut it up into 4s which is what these are. This is 4 of these. Okay. So this is a Strathmore Vision. It's 140 pound, 30 sheets, 11 by 15. I got it at Hobby Lobby for 50% off. It's normally $15.99, and I got it for 50% off. I always wait for those 50% off sales, or at least a 40, but they always go on sale all the time. So that's what these little papers are, these little cut up ones. I cut up a whole pad of that paper into 4s. Okay, you got this paper? Yeah. And what I like about it is, like you can see here, look how smooth that is. See, you don't even hardly see any texture on this side. And then here's the other side with the texture. And the sketchbook pad is somewhere in between. So let's go ahead and just get with the water brush here. I mean, a regular brush. All right, so let's go ahead and do the sketchbook first. Wait, is that? Oh, I think I used my dirty side of the water. Sorry. Okay, so there's. All right, so there's this is the periwinkle. All right, now let's do it on the smooth side of the watercolor paper. Okay. Okay, it's I can see a little bit of the pencil lines more on the smooth side. I mean, I can ungranulate it or whatever. You know, you just got to work it a little more. Okay, got to work it a little more on the smooth side. Let's see what happens on the textured side. Okay, now this is the more textured side. And it's breaking up a lot easier on this side than it was on the smooth side. This is more just shy of cold press, because cold press to me is even a little bit more textury than this, but that's the closest. This is more hot press. This is more cold press, if you had to compare. Okay. So there we go. That's the periwinkle. We'll do a green as well on this in a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and finish swatching these blues, and then I'm going to go back to my water brush because it's quicker. Okay, so this is peacock blue. Okay. I'll get these done real quick. Robin egg blue. Then I got pewter, which probably should have been over there with the grays, probably. You know, the charcoal, but I'll just go ahead and do it here. But it's going to be well, I got a couple other grays in here too. So that's pewter. So I went from the blues to a couple of grays and then into the dark blues. I don't know why I filed them that way. Elephant gray. Oop, that's 3-5. Elephant gray. And then we have space gray. Then we have smoke. I got 4 more blues, so I think I'll flip the page for those 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and just break these out. No questions, no comments. I'm almost out of water in this brush. I'm just cleaning the color off on my Kleenex here in between. So yeah, Janet's going to stream at 1. Jean streams at 4, and that's Eastern. Yeah, almost out of water here. I guess I'm going to have to go to the other brush here in a minute. Otherwise, I'll have to go fill this up. Okay, so we'll just go to the regular brush. All right, let's dry this real quick. Thank you. Yeah, Terry. But if you can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby with a 40 or 50% off coupon, or when Hobby Lobby just has paper pad sales like every third week or something. So yeah, I don't pay full price for any of these because I just wait for the sales. Kenny asked for the link. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You can put in links anytime you want, Terry. You're not under any rules. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the last 4 blues here. Then we'll do the greens. Oh, I got some teals here too on the green side, so maybe we'll add those on here. Okay, so let's see, because we can get about 8 on a page. A032. This is ultramarine. And again, I'm hard pressuring these down, guys. Put as much pigment down as I can. Okay, so then we have indigo. Then we have blueberry. Then we have Mykonos blue. That sounds Greek. Mykonos, Mykonos blue. Sounds like a Greek name. Okay, so we got those. Now I got 4 here that are like teals moving into green. So I'll put those on this page too. If you can't cut out, you can call. Let's see. Saw a book. Oh my gosh, little sister. Is it this one, Cheryl? That's the book I have coming today. Oh my gosh, I think it's the same book. Or I should say, well, if it was you, you'd have it coming today because we don't get mail today, as far as I know. Unless, it's Amazon. Amazon could deliver. But what I sent you in the priority box was not Amazon. So, but anyway, let me see if this is the book you're talking about? And she has 2 different ones. This author has 2 different books on collage. And I got this one. Oh, well, I think you're talking about the other one. Okay, so this is the one that, it says it's out for delivery. I might get it today, but I don't know if I'll get it before the show's over. It's called Cut, Paste, Create. And this Eleanor is it Shakespeare? I can't read her name. Yeah, Shakespeare and somebody. She has 2 collage books out. This is Cut, Paste, Create. And she has another one. I might get it before the show's over because it's Amazon. Okay. Oh, Jean's talking about the colors of blue. Okay. So now these are like teal into green. So I'll go ahead and put these 4 on there, and then we're going into real straight greens. Okay. So this one is Aegean blue. Okay, so they're getting in, well, they're more teal colors, right? I'll just put those kind of over here. Okay, then this is ocean blue, it's a green blue. These are the teal colors. Oh, let's see what Cheryl said. Well, when I add water, you'll be able to see them a little different when you add water. Okay. Okay, and then this one is turquoise. And then this one is Shamrock Green. I think I'll put this over with the greens. Let's go to the next page for that. Do I have any kind of blue greens? I think the rest. All right, so there's the blues and teals, and now over here I got into the greens. We'll go to a new page for that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and wet these down. Yeah, Inktense pencils, Gail, are ink. And supposedly when Inktense dries 100%, dissolved and dry, it's supposed to be waterproof, but it's not 100%. And I think it depends on the paper you use, whether they're 100% waterproof after they dry. Okay, so that's a different one. Okay, if you can cut, you can collage. Okay, so let me look that up real quick, Cheryl, you enabler. Let's look that baby up. Okay, let's go to Amazon, search. If you can cut, you can collage. Okay, let's see what that one is. Oh, do I have this? I think I have this book. I think I have that. This is the one that Cheryl's talking about. If you can cut, you can collage. From Paper Scraps. Okay. No, maybe, I don't know. It looks so familiar. I don't know if I have this one. I have some similar ones. Oh my gosh. I'll put it in my cart just to go research it later. Oh, is that why you want them? Because they are they're supposed to be waterproof after they're ink, Gail? Is that why you like Inktense? Yeah. I got it, Cheryl. I found it. Oh, there's always enablers here, AJ. And Eileen's not even here. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I'm just going to use full on water here. And, okay, there's the ultramarine. Here's indigo. Here is blueberry. And we'll do a test on the watercolor paper when I get to the greens. Okay, here is Mykonos blue. And I'll hold it up to the camera a little bit. They look very different in person. I don't know if they're going to show up on camera as very different. That one is Aegean blue. Here is ocean blue. Here's turquoise. Okay, so let's see if you can see the difference in the colors. It's a little hard to see on camera, but I can tell they're very different. The two closest ones that are the closest ultramarine has a little bit more purple than the blueberry, but all the others are very, Aegean and ocean are close. Ocean is a little lighter than the Aegean, but they're all a little different. It just may not show up on camera as very, very different. Okay, let me dry this and we'll do the greens. And then I'll do a quick little talk about, if y'all want, we can do, let me get some of these blobs. File folder something on Wednesday, or we can do another color book page. We can, Christine, do you have these watercolor pencils? Or do you even like using watercolor in your books? Bye, Mr. Q. Good to see you. Don't be a stranger. I got so much water on these because I went straight in with a full loaded brush. Don't be a stranger. Welcome back, Terry. So it's really wet. Okay, let's do the greens real quick. Let's do the greens. All right, I'll start with the lightest greens here. All right. Oh, let me turn this around so you can see what we're working with. Here's the last of them. It's got did it get a little dark? I guess we're okay. We're okay for swatching. Okay, so this is Pear. And again, I'm hard pressuring this, guys. You probably wouldn't do this if you were using them. You wouldn't just bear down and get, this dark, you'd use them a little bit more gently and more purposefully. Okay, so this one is A101. This one is lime. This one is absinthe green. Absinthe green. Oh, let's put the number A099. And we have spring green. So anyway, on the file folder things, we did so many projects with file folders back in the day. Okay. Christine says, I love watercolors in my books. I have several sets of pan watercolors, but no watercolor pencils. Yeah. See, I only had the ink tints because I had the Neocolor 2 crayons, water soluble crayons. I just never felt a need for watercolor pencils. But because Annie sent me Amazon money for Mother's Day, I got these and the watercolors, the Arteza watercolor pencils and watercolors. Okay, so this is A006. This is matcha or matcha green. Oh, I like that color. Okay, then we have mint. I'll get about 8 on one here. Okay, then we have camel. And I think I tested this out. I put it with the greens because it was more green than brown. Camel color. It's more, it could go either way. It could go in, it's got a little bit of green brown to it. And same thing here for coyote. It's kind of a brown green. I spelled that wrong. There you go. They're kind of a dark, like an olivey kind of green. You might need both books. You might need both books. The collage books are you talking about? Yeah, we folded file folders so many ways, Julie Douglas. Christine says, I agree, Dee. I have all the ink tints, most of the Neos, and 2 sets of gouache, 2 sets of watercolor pan sets. Do I really need pencils? Yeah. Do I really need them? Answer, probably. I should move my microphone. I got my microphone here because Hubster and I were using it together. But now when I talk to you guys, I turn my head over that away to look at chat. So I'll move my microphone back over to my typical spot that it sits in. Okay. What was the last one I did? That brown. This one? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'll do the other 8 on the next page. That'll be our last 8. Okay, so here's pear. Let me get my little Kleenex here and clean here. Okay, pear. And I'll pick one of the other greens for the watercolor paper. Okay, lime. And again, I'm just really putting on the water here, cleaning, dipping. This one is absinthe green. And then here's spring green. Oops, that's kind of running together. A lot of water on that. I should dab it off. Okay, matcha green. And mint, which this is not mint green to me. This is like a grass green or something. Mint green is more, has like white in it. All right, here's camel. Kind of a yellowy, greeny brown. Coyote. This probably could have gone in the brown side. I think I'll put, well, I don't know. It's got a little green in it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try this. match green tea. Okay, thanks, Jean. Right, match green tea, Jean said. Did you know that, or did you Google it? Matcha green tea. Oh, was that Jean? Oh, that was Julie Topaz. Sorry, Jean. I was blaming you for that. It was Julie. Okay, it's not 100% dry, but I don't have anything on this side, so it'll be okay. All right, so let's do these last greens. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. What was that one? Did I get that one? No, that's fern. Okay, so we got 8. I think we have 8 more, and then we're done. Okay. All right. So this is A092. Thanks everybody for hanging out and all the thumbs up. Matcha. Okay, matcha. It's pronounced matcha, Terry said where she lives. Matcha. I know, Jean. Y'all snapping each other. Okay. Fern. This is fern. Then we have moss. It's a nice olive green. Then we have basil. Or is that basil? Just teasing you, Jean. Okay, let's see. Then we have sage. Then we have jade. We'll test out one of these on the watercolor paper. Okay, jade. We'll do jade. That's a pretty green. We'll test out jade on the watercolor paper. Well, where is it? Oh, what did I do with that? Here it is. On both sides, the smooth side and so here's the smoother side. And then here's the rougher side, which is still, it's still a hot press, even on the smooth side. This one's just a little smoother. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll test the jade. Okay, then let's see. Forest green. Forest has 1 R. And then we have emerald. Oh, wait. Let's put forest green down. Where's Janet yelling at me? Put it down. Color it down. Okay. There's that was forest green. And then this one is emerald. This is some quick swatching today, people. Quick swatching. All right. And then this last one is shamrock green. 1 M. That could almost go in the teals. That could almost go in the teal. I'll put it a little separate there. Okay. All right. So there are all these are all the Arteza watercolor pencils. And when I get down to jade, I'll do this one too. All right, let's swatch these. Yeah, speed swatching, right? Okay, so let's, this is fern. I got paper towel here I'm dabbing on. Okay, and then picking up some more. This is moss. Basil. Sage. I'm using a fully loaded brush here. Full of water. And it got a little dark. Yeah, it did. It went a little dark here with the sun went down or something. Sun went over the edge. Okay. Then we have jade. Here's the jade. This is a really pretty green. Okay, so there it is on the sketchbook paper. Now let's do it here on the smooth. This is the smooth side of the watercolor paper. Okay, so you can still see a little bit of the pencil, but I put hard pressure. That's just not something you're going to do. You're not going to grind down on a pencil on your watercolor paper, but that's what I wanted to do. What about poor Rosemary and Thyme? All right, now let's turn this over and do a little bit more texture. So it's really flowing really easy on the little bit more textured side. You know, it's like I said, it's not quite cold press, but it's a little more textury than hot press. The Strathmore, I really like this paper because you got that option there. So there we go. Okay. All right, let's finish these up. Forest green. Emerald green. Again, fully loaded down water, full of water. And then shamrock, which is almost this shamrock green. To me, this is more shamrock green. This is more of a teal color, but you can see all the different colors there. And again, this is just on the, I'll show you the cover here. This is just the premium sketchbook, Master's Touch Hobby Lobby brand. This is 80 pound paper. All right, let's move this water out of the way. Let's hit this with the heat gun real quick. And back out a little bit here. Hi, Dot. What classes are you taking, Dot? Dot's in the UK, and she's taking some classes, but I don't remember. I think she said before, but I don't remember what they are. Okay, so there's our swatching testing here. So let's move that out of the way. And let me back out the camera. Let's move the heat gun. What are your classes, Dr. Dot? Let's see here. Let's back out. Now I got a shadow here from my microphone. Let's move him back. Let's move blue mic back. All right. Hillary Beatty, make it personal. Don't know. Never heard of that. Oh, bye, Terry. Wait, don't time up for your shoulder. And by the way, Terry, I really love seeing all of your pictures on your Oregon coast pictures. Let's find here. Let's say bye to Terry so she doesn't throw her shoulder out. We don't want her to have to get silicone. We don't want you to get shots. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for always being such a helpful mod. Bye, Libby. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to show you a couple things. So these are just some of the different ones that we've made over the years for pockets, for art cards, not mostly for postcard size, but you can make them all different. You can fold these any size you want. Okay. You can fold these, paint them, collage them, do whatever you want with a file folder. And so these are some of the ones that we've done over the years, but we had a project. Well, actually, we've had two different projects. I know so I'm going to get comments and giggles on this. Am I backed out all the way? I need as much space as I can get. Am I backed out all the way? I think I am. Okay, I'll show you these in a minute. So we did a year-long project back and the dates on one of these. So this is these are the fall folder year-long project. No, it was a year or 6 months. I think it was a year. Yeah, it was. There was one that we did for one a month for a year, and then there was another one that we did with topics. We did one with topics, and these are all fall folders, folded, and they're just in a box, in a 3-sided box, so that they. Let me kind of tilt it this way so you can see. It's in a 3-sided box. And they're all different projects that we've done with file folders. And we did a year-long project with topics of research. And then we did different ones like this one's patterns, architecture, places, food, animals, and different, just whatever topics. And those topics can be based, here's one on travel. Those topics can be based on whatever topic is good for you. And some of these, me and Packer Dye did a collab on. So we did a collab on the on some of these topic ones. And then these over here, let's see, are these the ones? I don't remember. Yeah, okay. So these are the yearly ones, I think. Let me see if I can pick out one here. And then, oh, wait. This is a separate little project. Okay, so let me take these out of here. Okay, so I'm going to move this big box of topics out of the way. And this was the year-long project. So what we did, and a lot of the rubber bands are broken. That's one of the things about using rubber bands as hold your signatures, is they will break. I would recommend nowadays, instead of rubber bands, using the elastic string. You can get it in all different colors. It's all tangled up here. Hang on. Well, let me get that. Yeah. You can get this elastic string in the jewelry department of Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and it's going to hold up better than rubber bands. But at the time, we wanted to show the most budget-friendly project we could. And my little things here falling out of my chair. So they're folded file folders. And we made, and I didn't cover this so everybody could see the guts of it, but this is just made out of a Scrabble board. So you can make you a little book. This was a year-long project. There were 12 different months, 12 different topics that we covered. And I'll go over these more on Wednesday or whenever we do it, okay? It's too involved to try to do right in 5 minutes. But you just cut down a game board, and you can do this in packing tape so it's clear. I just had this brown tape at the time, but you can do it much neater and much more aesthetically pleasing. But I just wanted to show the guts of how to make it, so I didn't cover it. I wasn't real neat about it. I just wanted you to, at the time, show how to make a little book thing, a file folder book holder. We had names for all these file folder. There's all different project names that we had for them. And Dot, please don't put that in caps. It's distracting me. I keep thinking you're talking to me. Yeah, don't put that in caps, please, Dot. Thank you. So anyway, we had different. This one was January was Discover. I'll just go through the topics. January was Discover, and we had all different kind of projects, one a month. So January was Discover. February was Curiosity. I think they're in order. This was from 2012, by the way. 2012. Then March was Knowledge. Again, I don't even know if they're in what do you call it? Month in order. Then we had Renew, Accomplish, Rabbit Trails, Dreams, Poison, which is things that that you want to avoid in your life, important things in your life. Then we had Thee, Me, and well, I won't get into all the explanation of it for right now. And then looking ahead to 2013 was in there. So anyway, we had 12 different topics this year. And again, the rubber bands are all broke, but you could use twine. You could use pretty ribbons. We've done all of it with different ways. But at the time we did this, we wanted to make it as budget friendly so everybody could participate with just plain manila file folders, a game board. It could even just be chipboard and some rubber bands to hold it in. So, and then we've also over the years just done different ones for just to put different art cards, postcards. We did some exchanges. Yeah. Look at my playlist. But some of these are not these. Some of these are way before I put them on YouTube. I've only been putting my videos on YouTube for about 5 years. Before that, everything was on Ustream only. I wasn't uploading to YouTube for the first 4 years of Ustream. I was not putting those on YouTube, so they won't be on YouTube. Some of these that are really older. But let's see. Let's just pick one here. So and you just file fold them. Let's show a couple different ones. And you can make pockets. You can collage them and tie. This is some sari silk here. And you can make these. This one's a little taller, and you paint them, you collage them, and make them. You can light paint them, dark paint them, collage, paint, and then collage. And then you have your ribbon to tie around. So this one was, most of them were collage, but some of them were more just painty. And then this one had the space, the like the old 50s theme. So anyway, and you can collect all different kinds of stuff. Again, the one with in the little box with the 12 months, and then the themed ones like the animals, the travel, the architecture, those are very specific. So you can make these to be a topic. Okay, these are all very 50s. Here's a moon shoes, scrapbook papers, and just different. Here's some star charts and old advertising. So yeah, and then you could tie them with ribbons, whatever. I just pulled these out randomly to show y'all some of the different ones. So here's one that's just painted. So let me open this one up so you can see how they look. Okay, this one was on one of the craft color. This one by Sealy. This one was on the craft color file folders, but most of them were on just the plain manila ones. But what it is, let me just show you real quick. It's one file folder. Open it up, and then I usually folded it up to left about 2 inches, fold down 1 inch, and then just accordion folded it. There's the middle of the folder's already bent for you. Then all you have to do is fold in half this side, fold in half this side, and then you have a little pocketed and that holds 4x6 postcards or anything you want to put in it. And so this is just a basic one. Here's one that's a little shorter. So you can fold them to make them different sizes, make them taller or shorter, right? Depending on the size. I think I was going to say, I think I made this one, but Carrie made me one that's similar. So this one has like steampunk stuff in it, and you can also paint the backs, have pockets. So these are I'm just showing you some of the different ones with the different collage-y bits. And you can paint them. You can paint little flowers. You can paint graphic designs on them. And then here's some with some postcards on heavy card stock. Yeah, so you can use your file folders. You can use up your postcards. Of course, I sent out boxes of those leftover ATCs. Sent those all out Saturday. And then you can put your paper clips. You could put your rag flag paper clips with the ribbons on them. You can put them in topics. This one's just in a little bit lighter colors. And I just like painting the little flat because it just makes it look kind of cool. Let's see, I showed this one. They're just all different. And we were very stencily at this stage. We were all into stencils at this point. And so, again, they're quite old. They're probably all these are way before I put anything on YouTube. So, but we've done these projects over the years. Let's see. Oh, here, fishy, fishy. Some of y'all get that. Look, Jean. Here, fishy, fishy. And so they have, this one's got a little stencily border, all different kinds of cards. You can just do whatever, Major stencilage, period. Yeah. You like that, Jean? There's the back of this one. And you can get quite a few in these, and then again, I did a year of it wasn't a year of topics. It was a year of exploring. And so we did a year of exploring. So there's one a month, January, February, March, there's one folder a month. But I'll show those, when we go to do a file folder project. So, yeah. And then again, I'll show y'all where we started this morning with the Western color book. It got dark again, guys. I don't know why. The color book, and Hubster and I colored Catherine Ross, and he colored, this was the last time he colored Lee Van Cleef. Today he colored Mary Cooper. And we just used Copics. There's no shading or anything really like that other than, 2 shades of brown on a piece of wood. But, we just pretty much just straight Copic coloring on these, because Hubster doesn't color and shade and all that. He just, he likes Western. So that's why we did the Western theme book. And then he talked about some of the books that he's read military wise and Western and all that. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed having Hubster on the show today, and doing a little swatching and a little coloring combination, or color swatching. Yeah, swatching. So yeah, he does it because it's a Western and he doesn't mind doing that. But will he sit down and color, something out of another? No, he won't do that. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Janet. And we will see you over at your stream at 1. And Jean, did you decide if are you streaming at 4, Jean? Did you decide to stream at 4? Thank you, Debbie. And thanks, everybody. If I missed